Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fulton, Kentucky. We're in the Twin Cities. Fulton, Kentucky. South Fulton, Tennessee. For tonight's Ohio Valley League action between the Fulton Railroaders and the Full Count Rhythm. Full Count first place is 17-6 record. Fulton in third place, the 13-11 with a 13-11 record. They got a win last night in game one of the doubleheader. Could not finish game two due to the rain. The umpires have arrived and meeting with the coaches, Josh Carmen for Full Count, J.D. Willis for the Railroaders, a three-man crew whose names I don't have, but I'm sure they'll call it. Here's $5. Keep it fair. Full Count ended Paducah ended Full Count's winning streak at 10 games yesterday with a 6-0 victory. The first shutout of the year on the negative side for Full Count. They do have a 6-0 shutout of their own earlier in the year. As Cooper Poe, right-hander for the Railroaders, an incoming freshman to Walter State. He's from Soddy Daisy High School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He will take on Dawson Sweeney, right-hander out of Trevecca Nazarene University. He's from Nolensville High School. And let's get you to the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. We'll keep it right here to do that. Thanks to Todd Hundley and Linda Hundley for being our title sponsor this year. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, located right in front of now what's going to be formerly known as the Rivergate Mall. As Todd is on the board of Full Count Ministries and has taken on the role of the title sponsor. We'll get the visitors first. That's Full Count. John Paul Head is in right field, leading off again. Jake Merrick batting second, playing third base. Trey Simmons behind the plate, hitting third. Blake Carter batting cleanup, playing first base. Charlie Bozeman playing left field, batting fifth. Nate Webb, the now newest Rhythm player, is the DH, batting sixth. Parker Staborski in center field, batting seventh. Elijah Stockton at second base, hitting eighth. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Cade Moore. Dawson Sweeney on the mound. And for the 13-11 Fulton Railroaders, Dylan Cool leading off, playing left field. Batting second is Austin Phillips. He'll play right field tonight. Chris Henson at first base, bats third. Jacob Lott, the cleanup hitter, in center field. Trevor Sostman, the DH spot, batting fifth. Caleb Warren will hit sixth and play second base. Shane Carnes behind the plate hits seventh. Matt Reinhart plays shortstop today. He'll hit eighth. And A.J. Armstrong down at third base, batting ninth. And on the mound, Cooper Poe, Chattanooga, Tennessee. It'll be his fourth appearance of the year, and it is his second start. He has an 0-1 record. So 9 1/3 innings, giving up 9 hits, 2 runs. They're earned. Walked 1, struck out 8, has a 1.93 ERA. And plenty of good seats still available here at Low House Field as we are getting set for our national anthem. As the starting lineups or the defensive lineup is being announced by public address announcer Tyler. I can't remember his last name. I got it written down. I have to look at it again. I'm too embarrassed to ask him. I've asked him a couple times, and it's that memory that's the first to go, and then the good looks. So I hate for that to happen. But Roaders wearing their home orange and white pants. The Rhythm wearing their red jerseys and gray pants. A little bit of a change. Not sure if we've worn red on the road before, but it's a good look. Good to have you back, as this is 2 road games in a row. We'll be back home tomorrow. Take on, who is it we're playing tomorrow? Well, whoever's after Fulton. So it's Fulton is first, and Henderson. That's who we're hosting tomorrow. It's in alphabetical order. As I've told you before, but that'll be a 7:05 start at Drakes Creek, number 3. And we will have a recorded national anthem tonight. Don't have a national anthem singer. Of course, we cannot carry it here on the broadcast, so when it starts, we'll take a break and then be right back as Gabi is back on the broadcast again from North Carolina. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And we just missed Tyler saying play ball. Thought I had it written on my last. There it is. Tyler Neely, our public address announcer. Tyler Neely. Just found out he's a pastor. Also a radio DJ. Multifaceted man as the Rotors take the field. Tall right-hander out there, Cooper Poe. He's from the same high school as Harrison Travis, former Full Count rhythm player, Soddy Daisy High School. Harrison Travis just finished his college career at Eastern Michigan after playing at Carson Newman for, 8 or 9 years, seems like. They called him Grandpa, I'm sure. He is forever known for Full Count for winning the championship 2022, the first of 2 straight championships for Full Count in the Ohio Valley League. First one on a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch that he saw that night against DuBois County, he ended it early. He didn't want to worry about the drama. He just wanted to get it over with and let the celebration begin. Back in 2022, I believe Levi Perel was part of that. Let me know, Gabi, was Levi there for both of those championships in 22 and 23, along with Drew Robertson? Believe he was. Vicky Maloney, superfan, she's back on the broadcast on Facebook. See who else is playing. Somebody else has got a doubleheader tonight. See if we can get that figured out right quick before we get this ball game started. Looks like the Paducah Chiefs at Madisonville playing a doubleheader tonight as John Paul Head stands in. John Paul 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game. Did continue his on-base streak. He has been on base every game that he's played in. That's 21 games. 2 of those 21, he's come out early, but got his walk or hit by pitch, as he did that last game, as the first pitch is out of the zone for ball one, and we are underway here at 6:28, getting a little early start. And second pitch in there for a called strike. John Paul looks back at home plate umpire and a little nod of the head like, I don't know about that one. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Jake Merrick, second leading hitter in the league, started to get it, but our home plate umpire got it instead. John Paul Head, he's the leading hitter in a lot of categories. Batting average, takes ball high. Hitting .493 now after his 0 for 3. Leads the league in runs scored with 26, hits with 36, doubles with 8, RBIs with 38, and on-base average of .624. 9 for 11 in stolen bases, and lines one foul toward the Anchor Transportation bus. It gets a little farther to the right and into the front yard of a house here on the dead-end street where Low House Field is located. And we have a Full Count Ministries full count to start off the ball game. Poe delivers, ground ball right back to him. He's going to glove and underhand toss to Chris Henson for out number one. John Paul trying to go right back up the middle. And the big, tall right-hander snagged that one. That'll bring Jake Merrick to the plate, hitting .400. He's got 28 hits, including 3 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs, 29 RBIs, which is second in the league to John Paul's 38. He also has an on-base streak of 21 games, and he has an 11-game hitting streak. Got a hit in his last at-bat against Paducah yesterday. Single that was backhanded by the second baseman, but Merrick beat it out. Jake takes the ball down, and Kemp goes 2 balls and a strike. Jake is third in the league in walks. He has 22. John Paul has 24, and the third baseman for the Fulton Railroaders, A.J. Armstrong, leads the league with 26. Merrick with 1 out, nobody on, takes a pitch right down the can. And the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Poe just pitched 3 days ago against Henderson, got 1/3 of an inning. Lined another one. This will get over to the Anchor Transportation bus. That's Steven Ardito parked on the road. Count remains 2-2. Merrick on base average .559. That's second in the league as well. He is having a fine year for Full Count from the University of Alabama, Birmingham. He took a close pitch there. That's Full Count Ministries. Full Count again. Eddie Crittenden over on the Railroaders Facebook page says, whoa, man, there. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, and Merrick's down on strikes. Those retired the first 2, and the top 2 hitters in the league have gone down. That'll bring up Trace Simmons, who is third on the team in hitting. He's got a .310 batting average. 18 hits, include a double, a triple, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. He's playing in game number 18 of the year. And if you don't remember from the last time we were here, which was just last Wednesday, telling you about the unusual dimensions here at Low House Field. 225 down the right field line, but a 40-foot fence as a slider whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Farthest point away is just a hair left of center, and that's 370 feet. And it seems like about 750 feet away when you look at the fence down the right field line. 350 down the left field line Left fielder Dylan Cool looks like he's playing at a T-ball field as far as he's playing in left field, but as I said, 350 feet down a line is pretty far. So 350 in the left field, 360 in the left center field gap where the scoreboard is located, 370 to that deepest corner dead center. It's about 335, so about the same depth as Elmer Kelly Stadium. Simmons started to go after the high breaking pitch, but lets it go, and for the third straight batter will have a Full Count Ministries full count. Rhythm haven't fared well in the first two. This one, it results in a walk to the catcher, Trace Simmons. Now to bring up Blake Carter. Blake wanted me to make some changes on my call outs for his grandparents, and he gave it to me. I didn't have my cheat sheet. He made it sound as though I was saying the names of his grandparents wrong, but I've got it exactly what he just told me. Granddaddy and grandmama, he just said sometimes they're in Kingsport, sometimes they're in Knoxville, as he takes the first pitch outside. And then he tells me about Grandpa and Marie, which he had originally put down as Tri-Cities, but he said Johnson City. So I made that correction. And Nana and Papaw or Peepaw Mitch, not in the Tri-Cities. He says Elizabethton, Tennessee. I said, Blake, I just say what you told me originally. So I've got the paperwork to prove it. Anyway, his parents, Clark and Kimberly, and he has a sister, Caroline. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. And our newest member, Nate Webb, also has a sister named Caroline. And he is in the hole. Charlie Bozeman is on deck. Carter, a couple hits in yesterday's game. Lines one foul. That'll get into and up. It'll get over the Rhythm bullpen down the right field line. Not a lot of folks here tonight. They had that doubleheader and yesterday, and I'm not sure if they had big crowd or not. Poe gets ahead or gets two strikes on the fourth straight batter. Carter from Lipscomb University hitting .220 as the most plate appearances for Full Count. And guess what? For the fourth straight batter, another Full Count Ministries full count. Trace Simmons at first base should be on the move with the pitch. Carter, a couple of doubles, a home run, 12 RBIs. See if he can keep the inning going, and he will. That'll be ball four. And after the first two have been retired, back-to-back walks by Cooper Poe. Pitched to two batters in that Henderson game. Only 9 pitches, gave up a hit and struck a batter out. His only other start was about 5 days ago against the Paducah Chiefs. 4 innings, faced 18 batters, 4 hits, 2 runs that were earned, walked 1, struck out 4. As he is facing Charlie Bozeman, number 5 hole hitter. Charlie from Samford University, from Knoxville, Tennessee. Farragut looks at ball 1 up. Charlie playing in his 15th game. He's got a home run, 5 RBIs. Tied for the team lead in stolen bases with 9. He and Cade Moore, John Paul Head, but you can't steal first, so got to get on the bag. Bozeman takes a breaking pitch that had to have been screaming, "Hit me." He could not pull that bat off the shoulder to take a hack at that one. Now the count's 1-1. Simmons at second, Carter at first, both recipients of walks by Cooper Poe. Breaking pitch stays up and in. Jonas Smithson, after getting the start yesterday, is back out at first base as the first base coach. Carson Howard, the best fielding third base coach in the league, is down there wearing the high pants, showing off the socks tonight. And another pitch, pretty close, and most other venues that we've been at over the last few days, those would have been strikes right there. We had the 19-8 game here where 4-hour ball game is for the 5th straight batter of the Full Count Ministries. Full Count, stay tuned toward the end of the game. Well, the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We're going back to just one verse. Going to get into the New Testament again, one of Paul's books. Full count pitch, runners on the move, and that is ball 4 on another close pitch. This plate umpire is calling, appears the plate, which is very unusual. Nate Webb, what a way to get your first at bat with bases loaded, 2 outs in the first inning as an incoming freshman to my alma mater, Belmont University. He's from Pope Prep, formerly known as JP2, Pope John Paul II, 6'3", 215-pound outfielder. Son of Justin and Jennifer, takes a slider outside. And he does have a 16-year-old sister, Caroline. He's from Hendersonville, Tennessee, but his grandparents are all from Gallatin. Baba and Gammy and Mimi might be listening in tonight. Ground ball to the left side. That's going to get through into left field, and one run's going to score. That's the Framework Athletics first run of the game, driven in by Nate Webb. Pretty good start to your summer collegiate baseball career. An RBI single, seeing I-2 hopper through the left side by the diving Matt Reinhardt. So the 3 walks, 1 has come in. That'll bring up Parker Staborski, Rhythm center fielder. First hit of the ball game, drives in a run. Staborski from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, takes a called strike. Parker playing in his 15th game, hitting .216. Got a couple of doubles. Does not have a big fly. Does have 8 RBIs. He can hit a ball a long way, though. You don't have to here, but he's down in the count 0-2. As Cooper Poe is apparently done throwing balls outside the zone. He's going to come in and make the Rhythm hitters swing. Elijah Stockton on deck, hoping to get an at-bat here in the top of the first. Rhythm lead 1-0. 0-2 pitch. Check swing, and Staborski's going to see 3 pitches, and all 3 of them are strikes. He goes down. I don't know if that was on the call or on the swing. I'm going to put a backward K. He did not indicate that he went, but 2 strikeouts in the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 3 runners left on base. Could have been more, but it could have been less. 1-0. Full Count's taking the lead against the Railroaders. We're just getting started. Itching to drop. I was thinking about dropping a yard card right there too, Mike, with Parker, but ended up being a little bit too early. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Judy Carver back for the 2nd day in a row. Grandmother of Jonah Smithson. Mike Harrell, the father of Logan Harrell, he's a frequent watcher, big fan of Safeware. Strikeouts, as a matter of fact. Dawson Sweeney on the mound for his 8th appearance. It's his second start, and it's the second start against these Rotors. Got his first start of the year right here at Fulton back 6 days ago. He's going to face Dylan Cool, Austin Phillips, and Chris Henson. And the first pitch misses, so we might be here a while. Cool, the left fielder for the Rotors, swings and misses there. Had a big home run, 2-run home run in game 1 yesterday. The Rotors were down 6-2 when I checked on them. The next thing I saw, they were up 12-6. I believe that was the final score. Sweeney misses high and away. In that game last Wednesday, Dawson went 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 were earned, walked 2, struck out 8 batters, and 3 of those hits left the yard, swinging in a foul tip into the mitt. He did plunk a batter. When he left, the Rhythm were up 10-5, then scored 3 more in the 6th. So by the time the next pitcher came in, it was 13-5. It was a fastball that, again, those are pitches that a lot of other umpires are calling for strikes. So how many walks did we have in that game the other day? 8 and 13, 21 walks. Full count, first pitch, foul ball. AAA autoglass foul ball off to the left side. The youngster tried to go through the trees over there, and I think there's a set of railroad tracks. Have not had a train go by, though, on those tracks. Cool, from Troy University by way of Des Moines Area Community College, and he's going to go down looking for a Safeware strikeout. Backward K in the books for Dawson Sweeney. Sweeney comes in with 23. That's now his 24th. Breaks a tie with Ryan Sweeney with the second most strikeouts for the team. As Austin Phillips, normal shortstop for the Rotors, stands in, takes a ball down low. Playing right field tonight. Logan Harrell, 32 strikeouts. That's second in the league to Hayden Alexander's 46. Popped up on the right side. Back goes Stockton. In comes the right fielder, John Paul Head. He catches the ball, and his momentum carries him to the infield dirt. That's how shallow John Paul Head's playing out there in right field. So a fly out to the right fielder on the infield dirt. Out number 2. Sweeney, 15 2/3 innings coming into this outing. 11 hits, 11 runs, 8 earned, 7 walks, 23 strikeouts, now 24. He does have the team lead in gopher balls. He's given up 4 of the 5 home runs that Full Count pitching has offered up this year. I believe that is the least amount of home runs by a pitching staff, 5. Does have a 1-1 record. Fouled straight back by Chris Henson. Count goes 0-2. Sweeney trying to get out of the inning 1-2-3. Henson plays his baseball at Southwest Tennessee in Memphis. He's a Saluki. Southwest Tennessee, formerly known as Shelby State Community College. From Florence, Kentucky, just outside of Cincinnati. Ground ball to Merrick. He gets 2 hops, and crow hop over to first. Throws right to the chest of Blake Carter for the 3rd out. A 1-2-3 inning for Dawson Sweeney here in the bottom of the first inning. Full Count leads 1-0. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in their relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
To the top of the second, we're at Low House Field in Fulton, Kentucky. Just on the other side of that right field netting and short fence is the public safety building here in Fulton. The Rotors typically lead the league in home runs every year. Let's see how many they have. They have 18. Oh, they got the beer batter is Elijah Stockton who steps in. Last time it was Jake Turr as that pitch, the return by the catcher, Shane Carnes, throws it right at the landing spot of Cooper Poe. Elijah Stockton, 5'10", 190-pound. Rising sophomore, Kentucky Wesleyan up in Gallatin. He's up in Owensboro. He's from Gallatin. Takes ball two. Went to Friendship Christian High School as a business major there at Kentucky Wesleyan. The son of Eric and Tony Stockton, brother to Graham, Ellie, and Evan. Takes a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. Grandma in Gallatin. And a Papa and a Mimi, they both reside in Warner Robins in a Full Count. Wow, I am struggle bussing here. AAA autoglass foul ball. Off to the left side. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think that this is the 7th of 8 batters that Cooper Poe has had 2 strikes on. Nate Webb might have been the only one he didn't. And now I can't count as high as how many Full Count Ministry full counts, but it's 6 or 7 in the ball game. Elijah Stockton takes a called strike on the inside corner. And there is the beer batter going down here in the second. Second straight strikeout, third of the game for Cooper Poe. That'll bring up the number 9 hole hitter, Cade Moore. And Moore playing in his 16th game, hitting .270. Play anywhere, played left field yesterday, playing shortstop today. Takes a breaking pitch up. Three doubles, 4 RBIs for Moore. And a bit of a power outage this summer. Swings and misses there. It's 6 home runs at Trevecca this past year, I believe. I'm going by memory there. If only there was a way I could find out. Pops this one up. That'll get out of play. Another AAA autoglass. Foul ball. 13 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 26 RBIs at Trevecca. I think he was a utility player there. Infield, outfield, wherever they needed. 1-2 pitch, misses. Cade from Terre Haute, Indiana. Son of Scott and Amanda Moore. Grandpa and Grandma, Papo and Meemaw, they all reside in Terre Haute, and down on strikes goes Moore as Poe is getting into a groove now. And now back to the top of the lineup, John Paul Head. who grounded out right back to Poe for out number 1 from Vestavia Hills, Alabama, just south of Birmingham. Papa and Yee all in Hoover. Takes a slider away. Son of Paul and Leanne Head, brother to Ryan. 6'1", 215-pound rising sophomore at UAB. So he's not far away from home. Ground ball, this one gets through. Poe is not going to reach out and grab that one, and a 2-out single for John Paul Head as he starts his hitting streak again. First hit in a couple games now for John Paul. In the game that he left early because of the plunking he took to the head. He got a sac fly in that game and then came out and went 0 for 3 in yesterday's game, 0 for 1, and then the single up the middle brings Jake Merrick to the plate. He struck out in the first, trying to extend his 11-game hitting streak to 12. Cooper Poe going to Walter State. He's going to be a senator. Play for Greg Shelton, and they came up just 1 game short in the College World Series at Grand Junction this past year, Junior College World Series. Most players go up there and redshirt their freshman year, so not sure if Dave Shelton counting on Cooper Poe to come in and play, but they had the National Player of the Year as a DH, Tyler Myatt, who led Division I junior college baseball in home runs, batting average, and RBIs. And they also had one of the top pitchers as a time violation has been called on Cooper Poe. He's going to ask the base umpire as to when he started his watch. He's still confused, and Poe's trying to figure out if he doesn't get a timeout. But the clock's ticking right now as he's asking the umpire. We got a 3-ball, no strike count. Should be. The umpires are having a conversation. The first base umpire's coming asking the home plate umpire something. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's the third base umpire who's now in the middle of the field who is keeping the clock. And he has 20 seconds, I believe. 3-0 pitch to Merrick, taken for a strike. A lot of times Jake in that situation squares around the bunt. I say, if it's in there, take a hack at it, Jake. You're too good a hitter to up there wanting to walk. I mean, takes a swing and a miss there as Poe steps on a fastball. Merrick was behind that. 5'11", 200-pound rising sophomore. He's also at UAB, along with John Paul Head. From Knoxville Farragut High School. Jim and Angie Merrick, his parents. Brother Hunter. Grandpa in Naperville. As the runner goes with a Full Count Ministries full count, Jake Merrick walks. Third walk of the ball game for Poe. I'm sorry, fourth. He's got 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and Trey Simmons will get another at-bat. He walked and scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game on the single by Nate Webb in his first at-bat of his rhythm career. Finish out Jake Merrick's grandparents. Grandma's in Hastings, Michigan. Pappy and Mimi, they're in Rockwood, Tennessee. Expect Trey Simmons for too long to announce his new home. Don't know if he's got it in his mind yet or not. That ball's lifted out to right field. Back goes Austin Phillips. He's going to play it off the wall. Simmons is going to drop anchor at first. John Paul Head's going to come in to score. Jake Merrick moves over to third, and a RBI single off the little monster, as they call it here, in right field. Would have been just an easy fly out probably at any other park. But this is a single off the little monster. John Paul comes in to score, and Merrick moves over to third. 2 hits in the inning. Again, after all this happening, after 2 outs. Blake Carter stands in. He lines one. That gets over the second baseman's head. Off the glove of Austin Phillips. 1 run's going to score. Over to third base goes Simmons. I don't know if they'll count that as an error on Austin Phillips or not. If he handles that, Simmons does not go to third. The Rhythm now lead 3-0 on an RBI single by Blake Carter. Back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. Now Charlie Bozeman stands in. He walked in the first. Breaking pitch stays up. Game changer here. Flip over to that. See. What the ruling was. That's a line down the left field line, but it will hook foul. 3 hits in the inning after Cooper Poe struck out the first 2 batters. No error was charged to Austin Phillips. 1-1 pitch. It's grounded up the middle. That's going to score another run. Charlie Bozeman with an RBI single and back-to-back hits. Brought to you by Old Hickory Bats, and the Rhythm lead 4-0. 2 outs. Hadn't been a problem. The first 2 outs hadn't been a problem for Cooper Poe, but getting that third out has proven difficult. 1 run in the first and 3 so far here, and Nate Webb's got another opportunity to drive in runs. Singled with bases loaded the first time he came to the plate. He takes a pitch at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike. Good looking fella right here. Heading to Belmont University from Pope Prep. John Ripel, the head coach there, as he backs away from the inside breaking pitch. So a couple of incoming freshmen going at it right here. One heading to Walter State over in Morristown, Tennessee. One heading to Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. 1-1 pitch. That's fisted and out to center field. Jacob Lott is the center fielder, and he makes the catch. Or out number 3. Like that one got in on Nate Webb's hands a little bit. Didn't get his arms fully extended. But the Rhythm put 3 more on the board with 4 hits, all 2 out hits, no errors, 2 more runners left on base. 4-0 is the score. As we head to the bottom of the second, you're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Dawson Sweeney been staked to a 4-0 lead here as we move to the bottom of the second inning. The Rhythm in the game last week defeated Fulton 19-8. That game took almost 4 hours. There were 26 hits in the game, 20 by Full Count, which was the second most in their history. And it's the second most of this year. It had a 22 hit outburst at Madisonville in an 11-5 victory earlier this year, and 20 hits against Fulton. as Pam Roach is at Mimi. She's in Rockwood. It's near Harriman and Roane State Community College. First pitch by Sweeney misses outside. Jacob Lott, Trevor Sossman, and Caleb Warren, 4, 5, and 6, due up for the Rotors. Jacob Lott tied for second in the home run lead. He's tied with John Paul Head with 4. Home run leader is Hayden Jones from Henderson. Is fouled off. Lott from Holmes Community College. Hometown is South Haven, Mississippi. 5'11", 190-pound junior. The 2-1. Another AAA autoglass foul ball. Last year's leaders in home runs had 5. Charlie Furbett, the general manager here at Fulton, is one of, I think, 3 or 4. That ball's well hit there to right field. Back goes Staborski, and he's going to have to play that one off the wall. Lott will hustle into second base, sliding with a leadoff double. That hit off of the 12 or 20-foot wood fence out there. It goes all the way. I think they said it's a 12-foot fence. The first hit of the ball game comes here in the second inning. Charlie Furbett, Cole Sims right here from Fulton Railroaders, and Logan Lacey from the Henderson Flash. All 3 had 5 home runs. Hayden Jones been sitting on 5 for a good while. Swing and a miss by Sossman, the left-handed hitting DH. Sossman from Willamette University. It's up in Oregon. He's from Sherman Oaks, California. Several Willamette players on the team. That's where Charlie Furbett played his college baseball. And another pitch gets on the knees for a called strike. Time is called as the umpire is already on to the Rotors dugout. Not happy about the strike zone as it's being called. Sossman now with a 0-2 count with a Lott on at second base with a leadoff double. Cade Moore goes back to his fielding position. Starts to go on the inside fastball that's just a little tight. John Paul Head has the doubles lead in the Ohio Valley League with 8. Hayden Jones has 6. Have to see how many Lott has now. That's a ground ball. It looks like it got off of his foot, but maybe. Okay, they are saying it is a foul ball. He did not leave the batter's box, but it stayed in fair territory. Looked like he had to lobby a little bit, but the home plate umpire raised his hands. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Caleb Warren, the second baseman, is waiting on deck. AAA autoglass, foul ball off to the third base side. Lott he's out at second base, picked up his 4th double of the year. That leads we're now tied with Dylan Cool with the lead. And Owen Sullivan, his time is called. Dawson Sweeney trying to figure out what sign that Trace Simmons is trying to give him. They're doing it the old-fashioned way. Morse code. Actually hanging fingers down there between his legs. With a man at second base, it gets complicated. Turned that pitch over, looked like, and landed way outside. "18 home runs for the Fulton Railroaders. I believe that leads the league. 2-2 pitch. That's going to get Sossman a seat on the bench. Backward K. It's a Safeware strikeout. Number 2 for Dawson Sweeney. And the first out here in the second. Brings up right-handed hitting second baseman Caleb Warren. Warren from Westminster College. He's from Leesville, South Carolina. Playing in his 15th game of the year. Breaking pitch catches that outside corner. Sweeney looking to pitch around that leadoff double by Jacob Lott with 2 T's. More than 10 hits, a double. He does have 2 home runs, 11 RBIs on the season. Takes a ball outside. A lot of rain came here last night. They do have a tarp. Got it on apparently quick enough. Count goes 1-2. Nope. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, breaking pitch in the dirt. On deck, Shane Carnes, the catcher. Charlie Bozeman's in the left. Parker Staborski in center. John Paul Head in right, playing shallow. Jake Merrick at third. Cade Moore at short. Elijah Stockton at second base. Blake Carter hugging the line at first base. And Trey Simmons behind the plate, catching Dawson Sweeney's 2-2 pitch. Couple of looks back at second. There's a ground ball right to Stockton. He has to come up and make the catch on the short hop on the play. Lott moves over to third, but now 2 outs. Nice play by Elijah there. He was thinking, I'm going to get a bad hop right here, and he went up and kept it from hitting the dirt again. And now 2 are out. Shane Carnes steps in. Carnes from Schoolcraft College, a junior college up north. He's from Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. That breaking pitch gets on the outside corner for a called strike. Carnes batting .258 on the season, 0-1. Misses low and away. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Sweeney a strike away from getting out of trouble here in the second. Leadoff double by Jacob Lott, but then a strikeout and a ground out. Lott at third base with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch to Carnes on the outside corner, and that's a Safeware strikeout to end the inning. Third strikeout of the ball game for Sweeney, and he gets out. Wiggles off the hook. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. Through 2, 4-0 Rhythm lead. We're scheduled for 9 here in Fulton, Kentucky.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Happy birthday to Reed Glover. Saw him earlier, did not realize it was his birthday. Reed Glover, the director of discipleship. That's what his actual title is. Did not pull out my program. Dudak Communications printed program. It's got all the information you need in there for Full Count Ministries and their executive board and staff. First ball that Parker Staborski has seen. So he leads off here in the third. Struck out on 3 pitches. The breaking pitch misses outside. Again, most of the time this year, those are called strikes. Reed is the director of discipleship. So now 3 strikes in his first at-bat, 3 balls here in his second at-bat. So happy birthday to Reed Glover. Lovely wife, Bailey, and they now have 2 little girls, Montgomery and Merritt. Saw him at Full Count headquarters. 3-1 pitch, ball 4 to Staborski, and he's aboard with walk number 5 of the day by Cooper Poe. As I see somebody throwing a weighted ball down past the third base dugout. First leadoff batter of an inning to reach for Full Count. Poe has retired the first 2 batters in each of the first 2 innings, but then has had trouble getting that third out. 7 came to the plate in the first inning as Elijah Stockton stands in, takes ball 1. And 8 came to the plate in the 3-run second. Full Count trying to get more runs here. Mark Dixon listening in. He says, let's go Red Team. That's right. I think we finally learned, Mark, not to wear the red jersey when we play Paducah Chiefs or the Hoptown Hoppers. You can wear them with the Henderson Flash, since they're blue and yellow. You can wear them with the Fulton Railroaders. They're brown and orange. 2-0 pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch is ball 3, and Staborski picks up a stolen base. That's a Century steal of second. Buddy Keith Hopper over at Century Steel. And, of course, his brothers Claude and Cadiddle help him out over there with those big cranes and all that steel they got to put up. And Claude and Cadiddle, they can get it done. 3-0 pitch right down the can for a called strike. That is Staborski's 5th steal in 7 attempts. 3-1 count. Stockton struck out the first time, and he's going to draw the 6th walk of the game. And now runners at first and second. Cade Moore struck out in the second, steps to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. Reed Glover, one of, we'll say 6 staff members in the United States for Full Count. Slider misses away. Of course, John Smithson is the director of Full Count Ministries now. Josh Carmen, of course, the general manager and head coach for Full Count Rhythm, is the director of baseball operations. Runner from second takes off. Pitch is swung on. Popped up on the right side in the infield. Infield fly roll has been called. So Moore is out. Staborski had him third base. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, but Moore swung at the pitch, pops out to the second baseman for out number 1. Todd Cox, the newest member in Hendersonville. He's the director of spiritual growth, he and his wife Beth. Of course, Josh and Brooke Carmen, who's the MVP of the Full Count Ministries staff here stateside. She's the administrator. John Paul Head stands in and he takes a swing. Not one of his best efforts, he would say, as he turns around and has a little smile. He was full on that pitch. That's why they give you 3, John Paul. Josh Carmen, Brooke Carmen, and then to round it out, Adam Spates, the Alabama region director. He and his wife, Charlie, both runners go. John Paul fouls that one straight back. That foul ball stuck into the screen. It is a steel chain link fence that surrounds the backstop here. That is the backstop. And we've had a wild pitch that got stuck in the screen in that last game, and that was a dead ball, and runners had got to move up. 0-2 pitch to John Paul is 1 for 2. He's now 2 for 3 as he smashes one into left field, but Dylan Cool gets to that pretty quickly, and the bases will be jammed with red-shirted Full Count Rhythm players. John Paul Head now 2 for 3, trying to get back up to the 500 mark. Dipped below with the 0 for 3 game yesterday in Paducah, and J.D. Willis now out of the rotor dugout. I'm not sure if he's going to make a change or not, but we'll see momentarily. As the Rhythm now have bases loaded with 1 out, couple of walks begin the inning. That's 6 now in the ball game for Cooper Poe, Saudi Daisy High School graduate and heading to Walter State just north of him there. See who's checked in. Vicki Pendley is watching. Vicki, tell me who you are, who you're rooting for. Don't know the last name Pendley, so I'm going to guess grandma, an aunt, next door neighbor to one of these Rhythm players, I would assume. I know who Mark Dixon is. He's the husband of Sonny Dixon, who are the parents of Tim Dixon, who's the young man that's been living in my second floor bedrooms. But he's in for a little surprise. Well, I think he already knows it, but my Mississippi family is on their way. They might be listening even right now. Daughter Cassidy, her husband Andrew, and the Snaplets, the Snapkas, Reese, Sloan, and Charlie Snapka on their way up from Caledonia, Mississippi to visit for about the next 4 or 5 days. Jake Merrick takes a break and pitch in for a called strike. I hope Reese brought his bat, his glove, and his Rhythm hat. He's going to try to set the record for a 7-year-old at Drakes Creek, number 3, and getting the most foul balls and AAA Autoglass squishy balls. Poe drops that one down in the dirt. He set the record last year as a 6-year-old. I think he'll have to remind me, 6 or 7 that set the record. Vicky is aunt of Roman Petricka. Okay, there we go. Sometimes we like to call him Toman, but sometimes we have typos every once in a while as that pitch is fouled back. Into the mitt. There we go. I know him. And Aunt Vicky, where do you live? And then the next post, just let me know the last 4 of your social security number. And then that's all the questions I'll ask. And a time violation again. Cooper Poe has been called for his 2nd time violation. It's 20 seconds. He's a smile on his face. It has come to a grinding halt, actually, if he stays in the ball game. 2-2 pitch and stays inside in a Full Count Ministries full count. See if I can figure out or get to the game changer. Find out how many pitches he's thrown now. He's not even through. Hard shot, backhanded, and under the glove of A.J. Armstrong goes into left field. 1 run scores. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not cut off, and it hits Stockton in the back, and he scores. Everybody else moves up 90 feet, so the Rhythm add 2 more what I would believe is going to be an error on A.J. Armstrong. And then another throwing error on Jacob Lott. Dylan Cool on his throw to the plate. Let's see how that's scored. Charles Furbett is just to our left. And it is an error on, looks like he's just charging one error on A.J. Armstrong. Trey Simmons swings at the first pitch, fouls it over toward the Anchor Transportation bus. Scott and Suzanne Hall, they're watching in Farragut, just outside of Knoxville. Vicky's in Greenville. I assume that's Tennessee. 0-1 pitch. Catches the corner, and infield is in for, whoops, not a ball. Trace thought it was a ball. Simmons has walked and scored and singled and drove in a run and scored as that 0-2 pitch misses outside. Foul ball off to the right. That's a AAA autoglass foul ball into the grassy parking area just outside the field here. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another foul ball over toward the first base dugout. That will get out of play. AAA. Glass. We're up to have some new baseballs here. Ball boy comes out with some new pearls for the home plate umpire. If you foul it off to the right side here, it's pretty easy to find. Go to that left side. I wouldn't want to get into those trees. 1-2 pitch. Tapper to the left side. They're going to now go to first base, and they've got a runner caught between second and third. John Paul Head's going to get back, and Chris Henson is just going to be satisfied with getting the 1 out at first base. So a 6-3, and nobody moves after that. Finally, and that's now 2 outs. As Simmons grounds out, they had the runner caught between third and home, but Matt Reinhardt, the shortstop, decided just to go ahead and throw to first. John Paul Head had decided to just keep going home. He might have scored, but he ended up going back to third. Jake Merrick was almost all the way to third base. And a line drive right to A.J. Armstrong by Blake Carter. And Armstrong had to catch that one, otherwise going to hit him right in the chest, and he makes the play. We're out number 3. Blake Carter hit it hard, but right at the third baseman. The Rhythm scored 2. I'm going to say all of those are unearned. There is 1 hit in the inning, a big error, and 2 runners left on base. See how Game Changer scores that. But it's 6-0. The Rhythm were on the wrong end of a 6-0 game yesterday. Right now, they're on the right side. We'll be right back.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hey, we still got outs up there, or strikes. Didn't end that inning. We're headed to the bottom of the third. And 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Rotors, down 6-0. Squaring around a bunt is Reinhardt. Sweeney off the mound, and he throws to first to retire Reinhardt. 1 pitch, 1 out. A.J. Armstrong had that error that allowed 2 runs to come in and score. I think 1 probably would have scored anyway. I'm not sure if A.J. would have. He might have tried to go to second to get the double plays. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike from Dawson Sweeney. That's what I've seen him do in those situations before, is that was a backhander. So he might have just tried to step on third, or he might have thrown home. I don't know. But he had that ball go right underneath his glove. He tried to backhand it. Didn't get the glove all the way to the dirt. It ended up out in left field in the glove of Dylan Cool. Ball pitched outside and driven outside for a foul ball. Got a new sponsor. Country Financial. There's a swing and a miss by Armstrong. And a Safeware strikeout, route number 2. Buddy Zach Williams and his new insurance agency. Just talked to him a little bit before the game. He's listening in, probably on YouTube. Probably got them both up, YouTube and Facebook. He'll comment from time to time. We have got an insurance runs sponsor, finally. It was his idea, actually. That ball's fouled down the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Dylan Cool struck out looking. His first plate appearance. And he struck out again looking in his second appearance. A Safeware strikeout will end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Dawson Sweeney. That is now 5 Safeware strikeouts. And he is clean through 3. Rhythm lead 6-0. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the fourth inning, Rhythm will send 5, 6, and 7 to face a new pitcher. Number 21, Nick Arnett, is on in place of Cooper Poe. Arnett, 6'4", 210-pound right-hander. He's a grad student at Suffolk University. He's from Placerville, California. Country Financial, Zach Williams, local insurance agent in Hendersonville. They have a new office there in City Square. 615-758-7127. And you're familiar with that name. He has been you hear his voice on most of these radio commercials that you're listening to. Either that or it's his wife. Somebody's asking what umpires are where. I don't have their names. There's a home plate umpire, and he's behind home plate. First base umpire, he's down there past first base. I know that's not what you're asking. I'm just kind of being funny. Third base umpire, you're right. He's down there by third base. I don't have their names. I'm sorry. First pitch to Bozeman goes over his head by Nick Arnett. And a second one as he ducks underneath that one. That one goes over his head. Bozeman walked in the first and singled a drove in a run in the second. One of 3 Farragut Admirals on the squad. Low and away. Somebody here might have that information. Tyler Neely. Tyler. Y'all have the umpires' names? You have it written somewhere? 1-1 pitch. Whoops, I got 3-0 showing. That's not accurate. I think it's now 2-1. 3-1. Well, that was pretty close. 3-1 pitch coming from Nick Arnett to Charlie Bozeman, leading off the top of the fourth. And an off-speed pitch misses, and that's ball 4. Mason Davidson behind home plate. I think we've had him before. Eric, I think that says Ward is at first base, and Terry McMillan at third. Swing and a miss by Nate Webb on the first pitch he sees. Batting for the third time. Singled in his very first appearance. Drove in a Framework Athletics first run of the game, then flew out to end the second. Throw over to first. It knocks the glasses off the head of Chris Henson, who's the first baseman. He's got him wrapped around the back of his hat. That's a pretty violent tag then if you're knocking the glasses off of your head. Fouled straight back. And now the count is 0-2. Oh, no balls, 2 strikes on the batter. Nate Webb, an incoming freshman, becoming a Bruin at Belmont. Devin McCarron, no longer the newest Rhythm player. Runner from first takes off, pitch low and away, and no throw, and nobody covering at second base. Another century steal of second base. Bozeman swipes another bag. Charlie now has the team lead with 10. It's the first double digit. He's going to take off from second, throw down to third, and it's going to get in and out of the glove of A.J. Armstrong, and back-to-back stolen bases. Charlie is on the move. Throw in the dirt. So now Bozeman on at third base with nobody out. Webb now with got a 1 ball, maybe might be a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Don't think I put that pitch up there. Two balls, 2 strikes is the count. Webb started to go, and they're going to say he went. They being the first base umpire, Eric Ward. So Webb is rung up. It was close. It was close. Parker Staborski stands in. Saw 3 pitches, nothing but strikes in his first at-bat, and saw 4 balls, nothing but, or 4 pitches in his second at-bat, nothing but balls, and he walked. And he takes a ball there. Staborski 0 for 1. Looking for a hit as the infield is drawn in. Slow breaking pitch by Arnett. Called a strike. He is on for Cooper Poe, who went the first 3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 were earned, walked 6, struck out 4, faced 22 batters, threw 90 pitches. Another breaking pitch taken for a strike by Staborski. He's now down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6'3", 195-pound redshirt junior transferred from Lenore Ryan over to Catawba. Son of Scott and Adele Staborski. Younger brother to Charlie as that fastball misses high and away. Grandpa and Grandma are in New Bern, North Carolina. Granddaddy and Nana in Hickory, North Carolina. His mentor is Drew Robertson, and he's staying at the host home of Andrew and Autumn Robertson. They know Drew very well. It is Andrew's son, Drew. The Full Count Ministries full count. One out on the strikeout. Swing and a miss, and Staborski is down on strikes. Arnett just blew that ball by. Staborski, I think he was expecting another breaking pitch. Arnett, 12 innings coming into today's outing. It's his 7th appearance. It's his 6th in relief as he faces Elijah Stockton. He also, like Staborski, struck out in his first appearance and walked in his second as the breaking pitch gets called a strike. Looks like the strike zone is opening up, as it probably should be. Swinging a foul tip. Back, that caught Shane Carnes's glove and also a little piece of the home plate umpire, Mason Davidson. And now Stockton down in the count 0-2 with Cade Moore on deck. Full Count Rhythm now 148 and 71 all time. They're 20-5 against the rotors since 2021. Changeup misses down. Stockton, good take there. Rhythm of 4-1 against the rotors in 2025. Won the first game of the year here at Fulton 4-2, 6-0. That ball is grounded to second base. 3 hopper to Caleb Warren, and he delivers a strike to Chris Henson. We get a runner at third base with nobody out. Can't push him home. That's not good. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. A couple of stolen bases by Bozeman are wasted as We head to the bottom now of the fourth. That's the first 0 on the scoreboard for Full Count.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Paducah Chiefs defeated the Madisonville Miners 4-3 in game 1 of their doubleheader. They now are on a 6-game winning streak. Austin Phillips leads off, facing Dawson Sweeney. Changeup misses down. Chiefs 6 in a row. Now 6 out of their last 10 as that pitch gets called a strike. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch by Phillips. Two balls, two strikes. Sweeney delivers, ground ball to third. It rolls foul. They're begging here at Low House Field. Not even close. Another foul ball off the screen. You're looking at Game Changer. It still shows game 2 of yesterday's game between Fulton and Hoptown as a game that has not been finished. But Hoptown leading the Henderson Flash 1-0 in the game that's being played currently. 2-2 pitch. Dawson delivers another foul ball off to the right side. That hits off of the roof here. I don't understand the all chips comment on YouTube from Michael. I don't know who Michael is. I didn't know who guest 1, 2, 3, 4 was either, but somebody wants to be anonymous. That's okay as long as we keep it clean. Full Count Ministries full count now. I believe it might be the first full count that Sweeney has faced. Retired Phillips on a fly out to right field. That was in the infield as a swing and a foul tip into the mitt of Trey Simmons results in a Safeware strikeout. 6 of the ball game for Sweeney. He is racking them up. That brings up Chris Henson, the 3-hole hitter, grounded out to third base in his first plate appearance. Sweeney pitching from the windup, delivers a strike on the outside corner. Owen Boswell for Hoptown is blanking the Flash. No runs in 4 innings, only 1 hit as Henson takes a big cut, comes up empty. 6-0 here. Just missed. Dawson thought he got him another one. That was close. The other day at Hoptown, that would have been a strike. Faux show. 1-2. Turns into a 2-2. Yesterday, Jonas Smithson got his first appearance as a pitcher. That ball's lifted to first base in foul territory. Blake Carter will handle that one for out number 2. Smithson had a tough first inning, then settled down and had a good second and third. Gave up only one hit. Actually did not. He retired 8 straight to end his outing. He's looking at the 4th inning when Braylon Hall came in. First 3 batters. That one's lifted high in the air. That's a pop-up in the infield. Let's see if Stockton's going to take this one. He's not going to let John Paul come into the infield and make a catch that he should catch, which he does for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning. That is now 9 straight set down by Dawson Sweeney here in, he has finished 4 innings. Giving up only 1 hit. That was a leadoff double by Jacob Lott. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th. Zach Williams, the whole Williams group checking in on Tim in the Rhythm. I mean, if it's not Zach Williams on the commercials, it's Maggie doing the United Machine and Tool. Let's listen to sweet Maggie right now. We'll be right back.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And that was Maggie Williams right there in that commercial. She's a singer. She can sing purty. She's probably putting babies to bed now, though. Although my watch is telling me this time is stand. In the Williams household, it might be time to sit down 9 times. 9, says Zach Williams. First 4 years of Full Count Rhythm, he was the play-by-play man at Drakes Creek Park. I was just a lowly little color guy. 9-1-2 to face Nick Arnett here in the top of the 5th inning. Moore looking for his first hit, takes a called strike. Zach, a radio man. He was their first get in the broadcast, on the broadcast team. They'd already signed him to a big contract before they ever came to me and asked if I wanted to be the analyst. I didn't even ask, well, who's the play-by-play guy? 0-2 pitch, fouled straight back. Ended up meeting Zach Williams. I said, well, I think I can teach this guy a little bit about baseball. He has the pipes. He knows a little bit about baseball. That's what we used to do. We'd just sit down and talk some ball. 0-2 grounded us short. Matt Reinhart charges gloves and throws. Ooh, I don't think he got Cade Moore, but my opinion doesn't matter. First base umpire says he did. Moore might want to ask for a review. I don't even think Trevecca has that, though, in D2. Reinhardt might have waited. He almost waited too long. Now 4 straight retired by Arnett after he walked the first batter Charlie Bozeman that he faced. Now John Paul Head, who's 2 for 3, stands in. 1 out, nobody on. John Paul is in scoring position when he comes to the plate. Leads the league in RBIs with 38. And he has just drilled one to right center field. Is it high enough? It's going to get off the top of the fence. He's going to get a long single. And there's a chance that might have been, that would have definitely been extra bases at Drake's Creek. It hit high off of that fence and fell right down to Austin Phillips. That is his 3rd straight hit after grounding out to the pitcher to begin the ball game. Now Jake Merrick looking for his first hit to extend the hitting streak to 12 games. He steps in. Up with the bases loaded the last time and hit a ground ball. That was not made. A play to third baseman. A.J. Armstrong had the ball go underneath his glove as he was trying to backhand. They called strike on a low pitch there. Throw back to the pitcher Arnett, and he glove flips it behind his back into his throwing hand. That was Savannah Banana-esque. Another breaking pitch, parachutes in for a called strike. And now Jake Merrick going to have to work at the plate with a 1-2 count. Tries to go to that right side, that short porch, fouls that one off a AAA autoglass. Foul ball. They operate here in Kentucky. Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana, New York, Florida, the Carolinas. 1-2. Off speed, and Merrick had to wait. Fouls it off the fence. Also located way up in New York. Autoglass repair, replacement, recalibration, mobile service, and a lifetime guarantee. Whose lifetime? Yours or mine? 1-2 pitch. That's going to get to right field. Austin Phillips leaps in. Cannot make the catch. It's off the wall. And Jake Merrick extends his hitting streak to 12 games with a low house field single off the wall. Runners now at first and second. He just got enough of that. Phillips could have gone back a step or two. I don't think there's actually a warning track out there. But I don't know if he thought that he was right on it. But I think he had a little bit of room between him and the wall. He jumped, but it was just over his head. And that's back-to-back hits brought to you by steel-pressed Old Hickory bats. I mean, the whole Williams group watching and listening on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Zach, Maggie, Maddox, and Zipporah. 2 M's, 2 Z's. It's almost like they planned that. 1-0, sliced foul. Heads up, Stephen. Oh, that's right. He's not by the bus. He's in the dugout. Stephen Ardito, our bus driver. Oh, he's heading over that way to see if it clanked off that brand new 2025 MCI bus. I don't know what MCI stands for. It's just what shows on the bus. Stephen Ardito, our dedicated driver. 1-1 pitch. Simmons takes ball outside. He's 1 for 2. Single drove in a run in the second, grounded out to the shortstop in the third, batting for the 4th time here in the 5th inning. Rhythm scored a run in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Looking to put one on, and the ground ball fielded by the first baseman, Henson. He just stole a base hit from Trace Simmons, but it acts like a bunt. As both runners move up, a nice diving snag of a 1-hopper by Chris Henson. Put a star by that one as he steps on first base to retire Simmons, but now 2 are out. And it brings up Blake Carter, who lined out to A.J. Armstrong at third base. Tina and Jay, they're listening in and watching. They're in the White House. It's not White House. It's White Paws House. Carter takes the first pitch this time, and it's a called strike. Carter 1 for 2, been on base twice, drew a walk in the first inning. From Lipscomb University. Takes ball 2. Carter, one of several players from the Knoxville area. Went to the Webb School. And you know what you learn over there at the Webb School, don't you, Zach? Learn how to spin webs. Just like down in Salisbury, North Carolina. That's the steak capital of the world. What do they do in Riceville, Tennessee? That's right. They grow rice. Zach Williams has all the knowledge. I'm missing that this year. 2-1 pitch. Carter tried to hold up, but the home plate umpire says, no, I don't think so. But as the fans would say who are rooting for the Rhythm and Blake Carter, that's okay. You got one left. You got one left. Gotta love Little League parents. And he's going to, that was his one. He took his one left, and that's a breaking pitch snapped off by Nick Arnett as he strands 2 runners, 2 singles off the little monster, result in none runs. 2 hitters, Head and Merrick, left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll keep it right here and have our spotlight tonight. See what I can pull something out here. I was just going to let it be Reed Glover's birthday. I don't even know how old he is. He's young, though. He's pretty young. We'll pull something out of the archives here as I look at my Rhythm history. Of course, Full Count coming in with 148 and 71 record. 122 of those, 112 of those wins are credited to Josh Carman. 61 of the losses also credited to him. Fulton Railroaders, by my count, in the last 13 years in the Ohio Valley League, they got their 300th win last night against 292 losses. Now, their program shows some years a little bit differently than mine, but we talked about the winning streaks. So let's see if we have the longest hitting streak, if I have that available here. If not, I'm going to have to get on that. I do not have it. But right now, Jake Merrick has a 12-game hitting streak. That may be right up there. I'll have to do some checking. That'll involve hours and hours of research. But I love it. As we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, Trevor Sossman will lead off. And that's Dawson Sweeney still on the hill for Full Count. He rocks and fires. Catches the outside corner. Nice frame there by Trey Simmons. Sossman struck out looking in the 2nd. Sossman, Caleb Warren, and Shane Carnes to face Dawson Sweeney. Slider in there, taken for a strike. Sossman leads the league in hit by pitches. He's been hit 8 times. Fouls that one off. I believe he got hit in the game yesterday because he was in a tie with Jake Merrick, who has been plunked 7 times. Sweeney looks in for the sign, and he has it. A little pause there, and now he delivers. Swung on, that's drilled to right center field, and that will get off the screen. Played by Staborski. Gets it in to the infield, and that's a long single by Trevor Sossman as the little monster is looming large in this game right now. Nobody's gotten one over it. Put a number of them off of it. Second hit of the ball game for the Rotors. Gonna have to figure out some kind of a tick mark, us accountants, tick mark to say that ball got off the little monster. As Caleb Warren looks at ball one. Warren grounded out to his counterpart, second baseman Elijah Stockton. Slider misses low and away. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. I think John Paul's hit 2 of them off the little monster out there. Sweeney just misses outside, and he's now got a 3-ball no strike count to Warren with Shane Carnes on deck. Has a 6-0 lead. Trying to get through 5 innings. He pours one in there for a called strike. See where he is on the pitch count. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt, and a full count. Ministries full count. The runner at first, nobody out. Sweeney, I think, just delivered his 70th pitch of the ball game, so this might be the last inning. 3-2 pitch. That full count, first pitch foul ball. Nobody loosening in the Rhythm bullpen yet as Josh Carmen comes out to pick up that foul ball. 6 foot 185 is Josh Carmen. Told me 186. I said I always round to the 5 or the 0. Full count pitch. That's driven off. That's going to be high, and I don't think the net's going to get that one. Caleb Warren goes oppo taco and delivers a 2-run home run. And the 5th home run of the year given up by Dawson Sweeney. Again, that's just a routine flyout to right field in any other park, but right here in the 225 down the line park, they are taking advantage. And that is, let's see how many home runs Caleb Warren has now. And it's 6-2. That brings up Shane Carnes. He takes a healthy cut, comes up empty. Take a hack. That's a JV cut right there. And another one to back it up. He calls timeout. Not sure if he had something in his eye or not. That is Warren's 3rd home run of the year. RBI is 12 and 13 as Sweeney tries the outside corner, misses down low. Mario Gonzalez listening in. I believe he's in Honduras. Vamos full count. Ritmo and a swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout as Sweeney gets back into the game. That's his 7th strikeout of the ball game. Now there is activity in full count's bullpen. Matt Reinhardt looks at ball 1. Pretty close. Reinhardt tried a bunt last time he was at the plate. That one hit the left foot of the umpires at 5-hole Trace Simmons down low. Reinhardt from Willamette University. His hometown is San Jose, California. A.J. Armstrong on deck. Breaking pitch stays high. Three hits in the ballgame for the Railroaders. Double, a home run, and a single as that's a 4-pitch walk to Reinhardt. Let's see. Trey Simmons will go out, have a chat with Dawson Sweeney, and Jimmy Gamboa, the pitching coach, will join him. That's the first walk of the game by Sweeney. Before A.J. Armstrong comes to the plate. A.J. plays for the Vol State Pioneers, where he played this past year, and had the privilege of not only broadcasting his games, but having him with Jaden Perez, who's on the bench for the Roaders, as part of my 10-player full count 242 discipleship group. A.J. Armstrong, 6'1", 225-pound rising sophomore. He's from Woodbury, Tennessee, Cannon County High School. Multi-sport star there. Basketball, baseball, I think it was on a chess team, and the Tiddlywinks. That was just a club, though. That wasn't a varsity sport. He's a business major there at Vol State. Jack and Sharon Armstrong, his parents. Kaylee, his sister. Paul and Nana, there in Woodbury. So the meeting has broken up, and A.J. takes a called strike on the inside corner. A.J. struck out swinging his first time, as that batting average is now dipped below 200. Throw over to first. Reinhardt back in time. A.J. gets on base. He's walked 26 times, now struck out 21. So his walks exceed his strikeouts. Pitch in and out of the glove of Simmons, but he retrieves it quickly enough. Reinhardt doesn't go anywhere. This past year, he had 27 walks and 26 strikeouts for Vol State, the Pioneers, playing the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association. Ball and a strike to Armstrong. Delivered ground to two short. Third hop. They try to go to second base, Cade Moore, and he flips it right past Elijah Stockton. So that will be a fielder's choice to A.J. Armstrong. He will reach, and I assume an error on Cade Moore to allow Reinhardt to get to second base. But you never know. Josh Carmen's going to come out of the dugout, and that will end the ball game for Dawson Sweeney. So we'll take a break and be back with the Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Tell you about the new pitcher when we return right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Hendersonville Firefighters Association called to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Roman Patrica with Aunt Vicky listening in from Greenville. He's 6'1", 190-pound left-hander from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Mount Juliet High School. He was at Vanderbilt this past year in the portal now. Stephen Petricka, his dad in Wolverine, Michigan. Melody Petricka in Greenville, Kentucky. He's got a brother, Asen, and a grandpa in Wolverine, Michigan as well, as he is on in relief of Dawson Sweeney. Official score on the ground ball to Cade Moore, who flipped underhand to the second baseman, ruled that a single. On my score sheet for AJ, I'm sorry, AJ, I can't give you a single on a ground ball to the shortstop. Back to the top of the lineup. And Petricka's first pitch low and away. So 2 on. You got to give, I mean, at the most, you give a fielder's choice, but Cade Moore's flip to Stockton was errant. They would have had Reinhardt there at second if he gets a decent flip. Ground ball to the right side. Nobody to cover first base. Stockton throws, and Carter does get back. What a play by Blake Carter to get back to first base. I didn't think there was a chance he would be able to get back. Stockton with a nice play. Runners now at second and third with 2 outs. Put a star by that one for both Stockton and Carter. Diving play by Elijah, and quick play to return to first base. That'll bring up Austin Phillips. Swing and a miss. He has done some of that. He struck out in the fourth. Sweeney, 4 1/3, gives up 3 hits. Official scorer has him with 4 hits, but that's not a hit on a ground ball to the shortstop. Cade Moore could have thrown him out at first base easily. If he hadn't, it would have been an error if he had thrown the first. AJ was not going to beat out a simple ground ball to the shortstop. Roman's committed to Western Kentucky. That's news. Had not heard that. Congratulations to Roman. I'll make note of that. Jackson Cothran has committed to Eastern Kentucky. I just heard that yesterday. So the portal closes and everybody's finding their dance partner now. Congratulations to Roman Petricka. I believe that Kylie Carmen was up visiting the Hilltopper country today. 2-1 pitch. Grounded foul off of Phillips at the plate. WKU. Dawson Sweeney walked 1, struck out 7, gave up his, let's say, 5th home run of the year. It was 5th home run, but problem is he's pitching here. That's a line drive. That's going to get down in front of Staborski. 1 run's going to score. Throw to the plate's offline, and Petricka is going to cut it. He's not supposed to be standing right there. That's Blake Carter's spot, but he cuts it off, and A.J. Armstrong with a head first slide. And 2 more on the board. Those runs charged to Dawson Sweeney. Should be unearned. And it will be on my score sheet, and I assume on Jimmy Gamboa's, but 6-4 is the score, and the first pitch to Chris Henson in there for a called strike. Railroaders fighting back with 4 here in the 5th inning. Henson, the 8th batter to come to the plate. Fastball misses down. Henson 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out. I still can't believe that single given to A.J. Armstrong. Foul ball off to the right side. 2-2 count now to Henson with Jacob Lott on deck. They're going to charge all those runs as earned to Sweeney, but that is incorrect. Should have been an error. Simmons tried to frame that one inside, but doesn't get the call. No full count Ministries, full count. Phillips at first base will be or should be off with the pitch. Blake Carter playing behind him. And Patricia delivers, swung on and missed. A Safeware strikeout. Ends the 5th inning. The first strikeout by Patricia. But 4 runs score, 2 of those are earned on 1, 2, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base on my score sheet. And after 5, we have a complete game. Not expecting any rain here in Fulton, but we're heading to the 6th. 6-4 is the score. You're listening and watching the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Well, it's getting to be about time for some Country Financial insurance runs. Rhythm. See their 6-run lead dwindle down to just 2 runs. Charlie Bozeman takes the first pitch outside the strike zone for ball 1. Bozeman had an RBI single. He's been on base all 3 times. He's drawn a couple of walks. Leads off here in the 6th against Nick Arnett, who sails a breaking pitch up high. Arnett, the second pitcher on for the Rotors. He's on in relief of Cooper Poe. Arnett has not allowed a run yet. Zeros in the 4th and the 5th as Bozeman takes a healthy cut, comes up empty. Rhythm have 16 home runs on the season. Rotors just picked up their 19th of the year. Bozeman has 1. And the slow breaking pitch just hypnotized Charlie Bozeman. He could not pull the trigger there. And a Full Count Ministries full count. Arnett pitches from the stretch and delivers. Ball's hit out to left field, left center field over as Jacob Lott, and he'll make the catch. You don't see guys hit the ball to the left field in the air very much here at Low House Field. They want to get in the air. They want it to go to right field and get it either off that 40-foot screen or over it. Fly balls go to die in left field here at Low House Field. Nate Webb, 1 for 3. That's here with nobody on in the top of the 6th inning. Rhythm 6-4. Webb takes pitch way outside. Rhythm in first place, 17-6 record, trying to get back in the winning ways. Had a 10-game winning streak snapped yesterday at Paducah. Webb takes a healthy cut at a slow breaking pitch. He comes up empty. From Pope Prep, right on the other side of the Davidson County line into Sumner County, head coach John Ripel. Wonder if John's listening in. Former Volunteer State volunteer assistant coach Arnett tried to get a little head start on Webb there. Webb had a very solid junior and senior year at Pope Prep. I broadcasted one of their games at Pope Prep his junior year. They played Brentwood Academy. 2-1 pitch. Gets out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball. Pope had struggled in that year. Not sure, they might have won a couple of games that year. I think at the time they had not won a game. A little better year this past year. This ground ball chopped in the hole again. Webb going to try to beat out another infield single, and he will. Ball gets by Henson, but backing it up is Shane Carnes. And Nate Webb is 2 for 4. It's an infield single. I guess both of them are infield singles. The other one was cut off by Reinhardt. No, I think that one did sneak into left field. That's right. Because the bases were loaded. Now 1 out, 1 on for Parker Staborski. He's 0 for 2. He takes a swing and comes up empty. Ninth hit of the ball game for full count. Webb 2 for 4. John Paul Head has 3 hits in the game as well. Staborski looking for his first. Bottom 3 in the order are 0 for 7. They've drawn a couple of walks and scored as throw over to first. Webb back in time. Carson Howard, the third base coach. Jonas Smithson down at first base. 1-1. Inside, called strike. The pitch just kept riding in on Staborski. He's asking the home plate umpire about that pitch. Full count trying to get their 21st victory over the Rotors in 26 tries. 4-1 this year. Rotors crowd begging for strikes here from Mason Davidson, the home plate umpire. 24th game of the year for full count. Be back home tomorrow, take on Henderson. Slow breaking pitch. Staborski fouls off the roof. Another AAA autoglass foul ball. They do premium shower glass too. Mirror Solutions, custom closet systems, door and bath hardware. Call Dylan Doris and the folks 615-581-0400. 2-2 spiked into the dirt. Nice backhand by Carnes. And a full count Ministries full count. Defense for the Rotors, Dylan Cool in left field, Jacob Lott in center, Austin Phillips playing the short porch in right. A.J. Armstrong at third, Matt Reinhardt at short, Caleb Warren at second, Chris Henson down at first. That ball's hit high in the air into about the same spot that Bozeman's was, and Lott doesn't see it, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. He could not see that ball. Luckily, Webb got down far enough where as soon as it dropped, He was able to get to second base. You can't do anything but give him a base hit on that. Yeah, you can't count an error for a guy losing the ball in the sky. That's a base hit for Parker Staborski, a gift. Now runners at first and second. Elijah Stockton stands in. He's the beer batter, so let's see if he can just go ahead and drive one over the 40-foot wall. He rounds 1-2 right. That's going to be a tough play. Backhanded by Henson, underhands to Arnett. And Stockton is retired. Nice backhand by Henson.
Number 2, Cade Moore.
Now 2 outs. Brings up Cade Moore. Stockton now 0 for 3. But no half-off beer. So small consolation. Cade Moore 0 for 3. Trying to drive in 2 runs here. Overhand breaking pitch misses high and inside. Moore batting average been dropping here of late. Was up around 300, now at 270. And the 0 for 3 is going to drop it even farther. 1-0 is misses somewhere. Moore has 17 hits. Slow ground ball to third. A.J. Armstrong charges, gloves, throws, and they're going to say safe. Moore beats this one out. I think he beat out another one earlier, but the first base umpire didn't agree. This time he does. That's an infield single and an RBI to drive in Nate Webb. So a swinging bunt puts runners now at first and third, and the Rhythm leads 7-4. Couple of infield singles here in the 6th. Staborski now over at third base. Let's see if Cade Moore takes off. Probably won't with John Paul Head at the plate. Don't want to run yourself into a out at second with the leading RBI man who looks at a pitch that whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. So Staborski's bloop single into center field that Jacob Lott could not locate. A big help now. And a pitch in the dirt. Another thing is that if Moore takes off and goes to second base, the Rotors might be more likely to go ahead and put John Paul Head on at first base with the intentional walk. But Jake Merrick is waiting on deck, and he is having a great year as well. 12-game hitting streak. Another pitch that zone is getting wider now. I am sitting right on that outside corner. I do have a big post in my way, but that ball landed in the post, and the post is in the left-handed batter's box. 1-2. We'll try to go out there again a little bit farther down as Carnes has to reach out for that. They don't want to get anything into the wheelhouse. I know they don't want to get anything up to John Paul, especially outside corner. 2-2 pitch coming from Nick Arnett. And it's drilled, and a backhanded catch by Matt Reinhart. Might have been the hardest ball that John Paul Head has hit today, but he lines into the final out here in the 6th. Nice play by Reinhart on the diving play. The Rhythm score 1 on 3 hits. There were no errors. 2 runners left aboard. They squeeze another run. That's a Country Financial insurance run here in the 6th. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th after this short break. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen as I believe that is Peyton Vaught out there. It is Peyton Vaught, 6'2", 210-pound sophomore. Was at VMI last year. He's from Amelia, Virginia. And he is on for Roman Petricka. Just had a conversation with the official scorer, and he was asking about that bloop hit into center field and asking, did I agree if that was a single? And I said, yes, I do believe. And then we talked about the ground ball by A.J. Armstrong. And I gave him my thoughts on that, and I think he might make that change. Peyton. Eddie Crittenden asking who the new pitcher is for Full Count. Let's get you some additional information about Peyton. Son of Robert and Carrie Vaught, brother to Anna and Jack, and the grandson of Papa and Nanny in Lynchburg, staying in the host home of Eric and Tina Stewart. They're big baseball fans. And his mentor, Jack, don't call me Armstrong Thompson. He will face 4, 5, and 6 in the rotor lineup. First pitch swinging, Jacob Lott fouls that one off the roof. Get you some statistical accomplishments for Peyton here in a minute, as soon as I get my score sheet fixed. Poured that one in there, apparently just a little bit low. Vaught on for his 8th appearance of the year. 6 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs. 2 of those are earned. 1-1 pitch. This is low and away. Has walked 7, but struck out 10 in those 6 2/3. Has plunked 3 batters. And he has 1 of 2 saves for Full Count. At 2.70 ERA. Trying to preserve this lead. And the question is, will Roman Petricka get the victory if the Rhythm can hang on? Dawson Sweeney probably was taken out due to a pitch count. What did he get? He was at 83. So Josh Carmen, who is his assistant coach at Trevecca, not wanting to go too far with Dawson Sweeney. As we have Full Count Ministries Full Count to the rotor center fielder. He's 1 for 2, doubled and popped out to the second baseman. Left-handed hitter, lines one right up the middle. That gets off the mound, and a leadoff single. Second time he's led off an inning with a base hit. Petricka faced 3 batters in the 5th inning, retired 2, 1 on a strikeout. Did not walk a batter, but allowed 1 hit. And Trevor Sostman, Sostman, steps to the plate. He singled off the little monster. Runner goes, swinging a throw down to second base. Yeah, it's just a little offline, and Lott gets in there on the hit and run, I guess. Sostman swung over, pitch low and away. Stolen base by Lott. Stolen base leaders in the league are Coulter, Hamilton, and TK Madera with 13 coming into tonight's action. Hamilton with Madisonville and Madera with Paducah. Madera did not have a stolen base in yesterday's 6-0 victory over Full Count. Patricia goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs. Strikes out a batter, faces 3. Did allow the 2-run single by Austin Phillips on a line drive to center field. John Paul Head currently playing short of that porch out there in right field. Parker Staborski straight ahead in center. Charlie Bozeman pulled around to the fair line in left field, thinking that Sauceman might try to dump one down that left field line. Huge left center field gap. Ground ball chopped to first base. Blake Carter is going to get it on one hop, and that acts as a bunt as he steps on first base for out number 1. And Lott moves to third with 1 out. At this point, you'll trade the 90 feet for the out as Caleb Warren, who hit his 3rd home run of the year, out to right center field, steps to the plate. Rhythm with that big Country Financial Insurance run in the top of the 6th. Now lead by 3. So Warren goes back-to-back on home runs. Rhythm still have the lead. Scored 6 runs in the first 3 innings. And a single tally there in the top of the 6th. Vaught pours one in at the knees right over the plate for a called strike. Paducah already a 4-3 winner as that one's fouled off in game 1 of their doubleheader at Madisonville. Madisonville came in 2-8 in the last 10. They have been riding that struggle bus. Paducah now won 6 straight, trying to go for 7 straight in game 2 of the doubleheader. 1-2, just down. Flash 5-3 currently over the Hoppers. They play in the top of the 6th. Henderson's taking that lead with a 3-run top of the 6th. Vaught steps on a fastball, yanks it a little bit, glove side, and have another Full Count Ministries full count. Henderson Flash 5-3 over the Hoppers. Full count pitch, 1 out, runner at third, and Warren draws the walk. That'll bring up Shane Carnes, but now the conventional double play is in order. Duke and Madisonville in game number 2 are 0-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Carnes over 2 with a couple strikeouts. Takes a called strike, gets in and out of the glove of Trace Simmons. Carnes looks back at the umpire, says he couldn't even catch it. How do you call that a strike? I don't know if that's what he said or not. It's what I would have said. Might have been down. Rhythm at home tomorrow night, and then an off day for the very first time in Rhythm history on July 3rd. Always played a home game on July 3rd. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Carnes down at 0-2. That's the Freedom Festival in Hendersonville. That's when they do their big fireworks display. And right outside of Drakes Creek Park, Vaught looking for the strikeout, and he gets it. A Safeware strikeout. And the hat trick for Shane Carnes. And that's now out number 2. First strikeout of the ball game by Vaught, who is the third rhythm pitcher on for head coach Josh Carmen, back for his second game after the 1-week mission trip down in Nicaragua. Matt Reinhardt starts to swing, and they want to check down at first base. Eric Ward says no, he did not go. Reinhardt made a great defensive play to end the top of the 6th on the screamer off the bat of John Paul Head. That would have been huge if that ball would have got into left field. Would have been the 4th hit of the ball game for Head and would have driven in 2 runs. Rhythm would have been looking pretty sweet with a 9-4 lead right now. It would have been the 3rd time. So runner goes from first, throw down to second, and they're going to get him. He is caught stealing. Caleb Warren caught stealing with a runner at third base. He is toasted cheese. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and now 1 runner is left on base. Big out right there, and a good throw by Trace Simmons. We move to the top of the 7th. Rhythm 7-4, looking for some more Country Financial Insurance runs. We'll be right back.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Two-thirds of the way through this one as we move to the top of the 7th. We're scheduled for 9 innings. This is big boy baseball here. The time we play 7 innings is if it's a run rule or it's a doubleheader. Rhythm will have 2 doubleheaders next week at Paducah and at Henderson. Sunday and I believe Wednesday as Jake Merrick swings at the first pitch, fouls one down out of the stadium for a AAA autoglass foul ball. Jake extended his hitting streak to 12 games with a single off the little monster in right center field, but he and John Paul Head were stranded at second and third. Takes a off-speed pitch in there for a called strike. Jake, a quiet young man. I don't hear him say much. Ride the bus with the team, and I sit all the way up in the front left seat right behind the driver. He lays off that dying breaking pitch. I'm not sure if he's in the back playing the Mafia game with all the guys. Big Mafia game on the drive up. 1-2. Hits sharply to second, but Warren stays down. Throws on to first to retire Jake Merrick for out number 1. Merrick now 1 for 4. Simmons 1 for 3. Scored twice, driven in a run. Right-handed hitter. Starting catcher for Lincoln Memorial's Arnett working quickly. They want to check down at first base to see if he went. And the first base umpire, before even being asked, said he didn't go. Either that or he was telepathically right in tune with the home plate umpire. I look down, he's already halfway into his safe call. 1-0 pitch to Simmons. It's in there for a called strike. Rotors were at home last night. Got in game one of the doubleheader, but I think 2 innings in, it's slow ground ball that hit off of Simmons' left leg. Nice easy roller out to A.J. Armstrong, the third baseman, who's hiding behind that pole right there. He's there. You can see him now. Big 6x6 posts holding up the fencing here. 1-2 as the fireworks are taking off now out in right center field. They're getting an early start here on July 1st. 6 months through 2025. Can you believe it? 2-2. Fouled off. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Reese Snapka's on that one. Or he will be tomorrow at Drake's Creek number 3. Him and Eli, they'll be a 2-man wrecking machine. 7-year-old grandson, 5-year-old grandson. They'll be getting a nice collection of squishy balls. That ball's hit well out to left center field. That's going to split the gap and roll to the wall. Simmons is going to drop anchor at second base with a do-dat double. Simmons with a 1-out extra base knock. He got a hold of that pitch. Drove it well out to left center field, but again, that's where I've never seen one hit out over there. They said Miles Denton for Hoptown hit one out of there into the pine trees out in left center field. Online, I think it indicated it was a 400-foot shot. Miles Denton got a hold of that one apparently. As Blake Carter stands in, he's 1 for 3. RBI single in the second. Takes a breaking pitch outside. My watch telling me it's time to stand again. No, I sit for 3 hours. That's why I bring this pillow for a cushion. If my wife's listening in, my captain's chair was too short for the table here at Fulton, so I'm using their steel or metal little square stool and my cushy pillow. Carter fouls that one straight back. So that means I won't have to carry that to the ball yard anymore. Each of the away venues, I have different pieces of equipment that I carry. Bring my little skinny brown table to Fulton and to Madisonville because of the places that I have to sit. Big white table goes to Henderson. Overhand breaking pitch misses up. No table needed at Paducah. They've got the best visiting press box I think I've ever been in for Vol State as well. Air conditioning, although the AC was a little bit off yesterday. 3-1 pitch. It was bearable. 3-1 misses outside. Ball 4 to Blake Carter. He draws a walk now. 2 on with 1 out. That is the second walk by Nick Arnett. He walked the first batter that he faced, and that's Charlie Bozeman, who he's going to face for the 3rd time. Came in to begin the 4th inning. He's entered now his 4th inning of work. He's gone 3 1/3 innings. No runs. Scattered 6 hits so far. Do that double by Trace Simmons. Then a walk to Blake Carter as runners at first and second with 1 out. Bozeman looks at ball 1. He's 1 for 2. He's drawn 2 walks. Got a couple of stolen bases, an RBI. .5'10", 190-pound bulldog at Sanford. Makes a healthy cut there, comes up empty. If he had connected without that, watch out, little monster. That was an outside fastball. Is it time? Should I make the call? Mike Harrell. I'm feeling it right now. Yard card. Ooh, he drills one left field, but it's foul down to the Rotors bullpen.
Foul is brought to you tonight. Now, motion to home and
1-2 count now to Bozeman as he got around on the breaking pitch. Charlie's hit one home run. It was at Drakes Creek Park. He has not hit a home run on the road. Honestly, I don't think Full Count's really hit many. They might only have one here at Lowhouse Field this year. 1-2 pitch. Runner from second goes in the dirt, and now both runners are taken off, and a late start by Blake Carter, and he's thrown out. Trying to steal. Now 2 outs and a runner at third. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Carter was not off on the pitch. So I think they can give Simmons a stolen base of third. Sometimes you don't give a stolen base if a runner is caught stealing behind, as now a Full Count Ministries full count. I think that's advanced scorekeeping there. That's Ken Stegall advanced right there. We'll see how Charles did that. Full count first pitch foul ball off of Charlie Bozeman's. So if he lifts one out of here for a home run, it'll be one less RBI. They do give Simmons a steal of third. Full count pitch coming. Bozeman pops another one up and out of play. He's the king of AAA autoglass foul balls. George Creek Park the other day, I think he fouled off a dozen in one at-bat. It might be a little bit extravagant. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. A.J. Armstrong stays down on this one and throws over to first. Retires Bozeman. And there goes my yard card. And the Rhythm strand a runner. No runs. One hit, the double by Trace Simmons, no errors. One runner left on base. And it is 7th inning stretch time here at Lowhouse Field. As Peyton Vaught comes back out for his second inning of work in the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Ohio Valley League baseball right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Well, I at least stood up for the 7th inning stretch. My watch was telling me to stand up, so I did. I don't always listen to it. It's kind of like my wife. I don't always listen to her. But they're just trying to be helpful. My watch and my wife, the director and producer of the Full Count broadcast at home games, as she will tomorrow. So we take on the Henderson Flash at 7:05. Only 6 home games left for full count in the regular season. And squaring around a bunt is Reinhardt. Pulls the bat back on ball 1. Already laid down 1 bunt. Walked and scored in the 5th inning. Squaring around again and pulls the bat back on a breaking pitch. This one is called a strike. Jake Merrick says, if you're going to bunt, go ahead and bunt. I'm tired of coming in when you square around. He doesn't square this time. Takes a ball up. Lott faced 4 in the 6th inning. Leadoff single by Jacob Lott, but he ended up being stranded at third after a ground out, a caught stealing after a walk, and a strikeout. As he's now gone 3-1 to Reinhardt. Reinhardt, a late hitting shortstop. Let me just pour one right down the pipe here and see what he can do with it. And that's exactly what Peyton Vaught did. And I'd do it again. Make him hit to get on, as they say. On deck, A.J. Armstrong. Got a full count first pitch foul ball, gets out of play, and it will get into the rhythm bullpen where there is some movement down there. Got a left-hander throwing a weighted ball off of the end of the bullpen down there. That's the craze now. You got to throw a weighted ball. Another full count pitch to Matthew Reinhardt. That's low and away, and he draws the leadoff walk. What percentage of the time does a leadoff walk in an inning score? I have no idea. It's not low, though, I don't think. A.J. Armstrong will check in. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. Later came around to score on the 2-run single by Austin Phillips. Grandson of Paul and Nana takes a called strike. Anakin Jack Armstrong, known to his friends as AJ, takes a pitch inside. He's not walked in this game. But he has the walk lead in the Ohio Valley League. Swings and fouls that one off. Had the highest percentage walks to plate appearances in the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association last year. Tennessee Junior College, 11-team league. 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball over to the Anchor Transportation Bus. Oh, it hits off the top. Steven Ardito was heading over that way. Glad it hit off the top and not one of the windows. Steven might be thinking about where he's parked in that bus. Standing in front of it, he's going to guard it now. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to A.J. Armstrong. Started to go, but it held up on a pitch down in the dirt. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, top of the order, Dylan Cool. Not playing in the game tonight, Vol State Pioneer Jaden Perez getting the day off. He's a rising redshirt freshman at Vol State from Miami, Florida. Armstrong takes a pitch down. That was close. He'll look at a full count, Ministries full count. Not sure how many games he's played that he hadn't walked in. Bet it's not many. Throw over to first. If he swings, the chances are pretty high that he will foul it off. It's exactly what he did. I mean, he got that one off of his leg. 53% of the time, this level of college baseball, if you swing, you foul it off. That's what my 2-year study showed. 5 games that A.J. Armstrong has played in that he has not drawn a walk. And he's played in 20. And he just drew a walk. Still 5 games. That pitch just a hair down, back-to-back walks with the tying run at the plate, and that's Dylan Kuhl, Kuehl. And Kuhl, in his very first at-bat as a rotor, back, not sure how long ago that is, as Jimmy Gamboa will come out of the dugout and have a chat with Peyton Vaught. Kuhl hit a 2-run home run in his first at-bat. He has 3 with 15 RBIs. I understand that he only has 1 week left with the Rotors. He's leaving, I think, July 8th. As a offensive timeout being called. I assume that is Jake Vitale, the assistant coach for the Rotors, who's calling. Oh, shoot, there's 6 guys over there. First base coach, third base coach, on deck batter, Dylan Kuhl, who's currently at the plate, and the 2 runners that are on base. Everybody's having a confab, and the umpire doesn't know which meeting to break up. He goes out to the mound first, and he says, Jimmy Gamboa, that's long enough. Third walk of the game by Vaught, as the first 2 have reached here. I wouldn't expect that Dylan Kuhl's going to be asked to lay down a bunt. Kuhl had a home run, I believe, in yesterday's game. It was first at bat of the game yesterday. He also had a double in that game, drove in 3 runs. Vaught delivers. They stopped by Simmons behind the plate to keep the runners at first and second. Simmons caught a really good game behind the plate. One 1-0 pitch. That catches the plate. Elijah Stockton definitely not at double play depth. He is pulled way over in the hole at second base. So Cade Moore is playing up the middle. So I would assume if Jake Merritt gets it, he might go to step on third and try to throw to first if it comes his way. There's a called strike on the inside corner. Peyton Vaught is thinking Safeware strikeouts, what he's thinking. Kuhl has struck out twice and grounded out. Nice play by Elijah Stockton, who now moves back over towards second base a little bit. Still, he's a long way away from the bag as Moore working Reinhardt back. Foul ball off to the left side. Vanessa Dorn listening in. She's rooting for the Rhythm. The Dorns are checking in. Douglas. Doug Dorn and Rebecca, their host home family, to Jake Turer. I think he's along for the ride here today, not in the ball game. Available if needed. 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball to Stockton at second. He's just going to go to first base on the slow grounder that moves the runners up. Good play by Stockton to not try to do too much there. Another ground out to second base by Kuhl. He's now 0 for 4. But Austin Phillips comes to the plate, one of the top hitters for the Rotors this year. In fact, comes in with the highest batting average at .316. Phillips single drove in 2 runs on a line drive to Staborski in center field. His last at bat, he has another opportunity to do the same thing here. And the breaking pitch missed somewhere, maybe up. Chris Henson is on deck. Vaught yanks one glove side. Backhanded by Trace Simmons. Trace will ask for a new baseball. Give Vaught a little chance to walk into the plate. Maybe recalibrate here. A little AAA Auto Glass recalibration. So when AAA Auto Glass get another sponsor there on a check-in by the pitching coach. Now 3 balls and no strikes as he has missed to Austin Phillips. Don't think this is a intentional walk. Swing on a 3-0 pitch, popped up into shallow right field. John Paul Head has it measured, and I can't believe that they would attempt to go. He throws a ball that's about, 150 feet away right to Trace Simmons. So Austin Phillips takes a gamble on a 3-0 pitch and pops out the shallow right field, and Vaught now with a chance, if he can retire Henson, to get out of the inning. Henson's 0 for 3. Ground out, pop out, and a strikeout. Vaught walked the first 2 batters he faced, the number 8 and the number 9 hole hitters for the Railroaders. Has retired 1 and 2, and this lifted out to right center field. And that is at least going to be off of, and it will be over. Chris Henson has just tied the ball game. A 3-run home run here in the bottom of the 7th over the little monster. It was no question it was going to get off of the wall, but I didn't know if it would get over. But it does. And we are all tied up 7-7 as Henson drills his 4th home run of the year. RBIs 10, 11, and 12. And there's those leadoff walks that do come back to bite. And we're starting all over. We don't need any more Country Financial insurance runs. We need some go-ahead runs. Lynn Vaught now 2-0 to Jacob Lott with 2 outs and nobody on. Lott 2 for 3. Drills 1. That's going to be off the wall. John Paul Head snagged it pretty quickly. Thought about throwing to first, but the thing that didn't bounce off the wall and go past him. But now Lott 3 for 4. He picks on a 2-0 pitch. Trevor Sauceman, big power hitting left-handed hitter, stands in. Can't see who the pitcher is, but whoever it is probably is ready. The catcher is just standing leaning against the backstop. Popped up on the left side. Jake Merritt comes in and now into foul territory, and he comes back into fair territory and has to make a diving catch or a falling catch in fair territory for out number 3. Good play by Merrick to stay with that one. And we are going to the 8th, all tied as the Roaders score 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 1 runner left on base. 7-7. Roaders trying to get back and get a win here. Rhythm going to have to try to score in the 8th or 9th. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property, it's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Rotor is Blake Althusius, left-hander who's going to be facing the Rhythm for the 5th time. This will be his 8th appearance of the year, 5th against Full Count. He's got 14 innings under his belt and a 2-0 record, as he will now be the pitcher of record. 14 hits given up, 14 runs, 10 are earned, 13 walks, 20 strikeouts in his 14 innings, has plunked 4 batters. He is on in relief of Nick Arnett. He goes 4 innings, he was up 6 hits, 1 run, walked 2 batters. They got 3 strikeouts for Nick Arnett. Is Althusius will face Nate Webb, Parker Staborski, and Elijah Stockton, who are scheduled here in the top of the 8th inning. Brand new game as Webb swings through a fastball. Nate is 2 for 4. Driven in a run, scored a run. Arnett, 91 pitches in his 4 innings. Faced 19 batters. Rhythm still do not have a home run in this ballgame. They've hit balls off of that monster out there, that little monster they call it. It's not the green monster. There's Webb fouls that one straight back. Took a healthy cut there and just missed. The newest Rhythm player, an incoming freshman to Belmont University. The 1-2. This is outside. Son of Justin and Jennifer. Big brother to Caroline and grandson of Baba and Gammy. Also Mimi, everybody in Gallatin there. His parents, he lives in Hendersonville. 2-2 pitch. Hopped up in our play. That'll hit off the roof and come back. AAA autoglass foul ball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nate Webb should be with the Rhythm for the remainder of the year. Going to go over there and play for my buddy Dave Jarvis. Might have broken a bat. 2 hopper over to Reinhardt. He throws Webb out at first for out number 1. Wouldn't sound good if broken that old hickory as Parker Staborski pounds that one on the dirt to see if maybe it's a dead soldier. Staborski hit a fly ball out to center field. Jacob Lott looked like he was under it, center fielder, and then he put his arms up in the international sign of, I have no idea where that ball is, and ended up falling about 30 feet to his left and in front of him for a bloop single. Somebody phone rings here at the ball yard. Everybody says hello. Lifted foul, AAA autoglass foul ball. Over to the front yard of some houses here. Can't remember the name of this road right here, but it's a dead end, and it dead ends right into the yard. Low House Field. Blake Althusius, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Rotors. Cooper Post started, went 3 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 were earned. Nick Arnett. That's another AAA autoglass foul ball. Gets over to the anchored transportation bus. Nick Arnett scattered 6 hits, did give up 1 run, which was earned, walked 2, struck out 3. Now Althusius on for the 8th and possibly the 9th. Full Count had a 6-0 lead. Then 6-4 as Fulton scored 4 in the bottom of the 5th. Rhythm scored a run in the top of the 6th and then 3-run home run tied the ball game. 3-1 pitch fouled off the facade behind home plate, and we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Chris Henson with his first hit of the ball game. A 3-run homer to right center field. Rotors with 2 long balls. Caleb Warren hit a 2-run homer in that 4-run 5th inning. Full count pitch to Staborski. He lets the ball full count pitch go, and it's high for ball 4. And the locals are not happy with that call. First walk by Althusius, and it's the 9th walk of the game by Rotor pitching. And Elijah Stockton steps in looking for his first hit. Rounded to the right side twice, once to the second baseman, once to the first baseman. As the pitch gets away from Shane Carnes, but playing it safe is Staborski, who does have a stolen base on the night. And 5 for the season. Been caught twice, did not want to get caught there. Stockton takes a breaking pitch out. Elijah played in 45 games for the Kentucky Wesleyan Panthers as a throw over to first. Drives Staborski back. He had 130 at-bats. Picked up 33 hits, 9 doubles. He had a home run, 22 RBIs. Hit .254 for the Panthers, who played in the GMAC in Division II. That one winks at the outside corner for a called strike. Nice frame by Carnes behind the plate. His mentor this year is Matthew Franklin, a great baseball player in his own right. Slices that one off the fencing. I need to get my count right. It was a 2-1 count, and then he sliced the foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 8th inning. We're all tied up. 7s across the board. Rhythm with 12 hits, looking for a 13th. Instead, we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned. I think between the 8th inning, we'll do the Full Count Ministry verse of the game. We'll keep it right here. Tyler Neely might know the verse we're going to do. Fly out to left field. Dylan Cool. He can't make the catch. It's over his head, rounding third and heading for the plate as Parker Staborski is going to get in there after a dudette double by Elijah Stockton. Dylan Cool got fooled on that one. He was drifting and it went over his head. We'll have to see what official scorer does rule on that. Couldn't see as well, but that is now an 8-7 lead. And it is ruled a double. So give Elijah Stockton an RBI. She picks up a double, and now Cade Moore, who had an infield single. Let's get the right camera here. We only have 2, Tim. Cade Moore looks at a fastball up. The Rhythm have retaken the lead. Parker Staborski's good take on a full count pitch. As he was he was actually on the move with the full count pitch to Stockton, who lined it opposite field. over the head of Dylan Cool in left field. Moore has to step over a pitch that lands by his right foot. Stockton's third double of the year. Cade Moore takes a healthy cut and comes up empty. I don't know how many times Cade has swung and missed tonight, but seems like more than usual. Struck out in his first at bat, popped out, grounded out, and then the infield single, which was just a little nubber. No, that was the ground ball in the hole. He should have had an infield single on the one in the fifth inning that the umpire disagreed with me. I thought Moore beat that one out, but he called him out leading off the fifth, which would have been pretty helpful because right after that, John Paul Head hit one off the little monster, and so did Jake Merrick back-to-back, so that would have been a run in the inning. Instead, the Rhythm stranded 2 in that inning. Moore 1 for 4, looking for a second hit. Just gets a piece of that breaking pitch to stay alive. Stay alive. Staying alive. Good crew up here in the press box for the Rotors. They're always very hospitable and kind to me. Eddie Crittenden doing his Facebook Live broadcast, and Tyler Neely, I'm not sure if this is his first year as the PA man here or not, but very nice man. 2-2 pitch. That is popped up. That'll get out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball. There's some youngsters run after that one. I'm not sure what they get. It's not a AAA squishy ball, though. Those are a little bit harder than I use when I do my juggling at church. Moore cannot lay off the high fastball, and he's down on strikes. Now 2 out. And Rhythms in the Ohio Valley League, best hitter stepping to the plate. John Paul looking for his third game of 4 hits in a game.
Get that fourth out.
He's got a as the Rotors broadcaster offering up his opinion of the umpiring. Let's get that 4th out. Check swing foul ball. The bugs are showing up now, flying all up into my glasses. Coming up on the 3-hour mark of this ball game. Still hitting in the top of the 8th. That's drilled in down and diving attempt. They say he caught it. They say that Jacob Lott caught that ball. He dove Superman straight to home plate. John Paul Head does not agree, but Lott, that was a close play. I can't really offer an opinion. Mine is skewed, but it definitely did not come out of his glove. There's a chance it hit the grass and went right into it. Carson Howard is walking slowly across the diamond, but a run-saving diving catch and the second line out for John Paul Head to end the inning, lined out to the shortstop in the 6th and put a star by that one. But the Rhythm do score 1 run on Elijah Stockton's due-dat double. And no errors and 1 runner left on base. Back with the lead, 8-7, and we'll have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen when we return.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association called to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Garrett Sims pitched at MTSU last year, and he's looking for a new spot. 6'3", 195-pound. He has 1 year left to pitch. He's from Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Pitched at Summit High School. He's a Summit Spartan. Was at Columbia State for 3 years prior to getting over to MTSU. The son of Brad and Lindy Sims, brother to Sydney, grandson of Granddaddy and Grandma Paula in Unionville, Tennessee. Paul and Grandma Cheryl in Santa Fe, Tennessee. Sims on for his 6th appearance. He's got 9 innings under his belt, giving up only 3 hits, no runs. Has scattered 14 walks in those 9 innings. Has struck out 10 and plunked 1. And right now, if he finishes the game and the Rhythm stay ahead, he would get a save. He's going to face 6, 7, and 8 here in the Rotors lineup in the bottom of the 8th. Sims pitches from the stretch. Right-handed hitting Caleb Warren looks at a breaking pitch that apparently curved around the plate for ball 1. Warren hit his 3rd home run of the year in the 5th, 2-run shot over the right center field fence. 1 for 2 in the game. Looks at a strike there. Fireworks going off early here in Fulton, Kentucky. Right now, Peyton Vaught is the pitcher of record for Full Count. Sims spikes that fastball. Vaught faced 11 in his 2 innings. 3 hits, 3 runs, they were earned. 2-1 in there for a called strike. Walked 3, struck out 1. Gave up the 3-run home run to Chris Henson. Swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout. That is the 10th strikeout of the ball game by Rhythm pitching. Shane Carnes, who's picked up 3 of them, so he's got the hat trick of strikeouts. And I did not get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Got to pull that up, have it ready as I look over at my phone. Paula Sims rooting for Garrett Sims as he gets a called strike to Carnes. Struck out looking in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 5th and the 6th. He gets another one. It'll be the golden sombrero. Slider misses down low. That trick is good in hockey. It's not so good in baseball. Don't know if that's an official baseball saying or not. One I've used for a long time. Swing and a miss. Carnes, the catcher for the Rotors. Rhythm come in with a 17-6 record. Rotors are 13-11. Last year they finished in dead last place in a 5-team Ohio Valley League and came all the way back in the playoffs. Were a win away from winning the championship. As Simmons tries to frame that and has it pop out of his glove, he'll throw down to first base to finish the Safeware strikeout and the golden sombrero for Carnes. A backward K, and that's back-to-back strikeouts by Sims as he's entered here in the 8th. 10 away from Ryan Sweeney's record for Full Count. Matthew Swinehart walked twice and grounded out on a bunt. See if he squares around. He does not. Takes ball 1 outside. Looking back at that feat by Ryan Sweeney next time he comes in to pitch. I'll give you some information on more details on the 12 strikeout performance in 5 games as that breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Just a little nugget, not only 12 strikeouts in a row, but he went on to retire a bunch more and had more strikeouts before he ever gave up the next base runner. 2-1 count to Reinhardt, the shortstop, who's played solid in the field today. Austin Phillips, their right fielder, is their normal shortstop. Reinhardt plays second base a lot. Grounded foul. Is that Jaden Perez out of the rotor dugout? If it is, he's got a glove on the wrong hand. It's on his left hand, and he throws left-handed. 2-2 pitch coming from the now former Blue Raider. Swing and a miss. And a 1-2-3 strikeout fest. A Safeware strikeout ends the inning 9 away as Garrett Sims comes down and sets down the rotors all on strikes. And now we'll go to the 9th. But we'll keep it right here, and we'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Out of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9, says, however, as it is written, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love him. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9 is our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. And I appreciate being able to bring the word to you every game. This is a ministry. It's a baseball team, but it's also a ministry. And Full Count Ministry has been around since 2010. Had a fall Woodbat High School Baseball League since 2013. The Full Count Rhythm, the collegiate summer team, has been around since 2021. Been on mission trips. That was the start of Full Count, was a backpacking mission trip that was led by Todd Cox, the now director of spiritual growth, as it comes full circle for Todd. And those mission trips with XMA, Extreme Missionary Adventures, with Terry Park and Denise Park, who led the first mission trips with Full Count way back in, I think the first one probably in 2010. My first one was in 2013. Then I went on 2 in 2015, right after I retired. Went for the week in January. I think that was a week or 2 after I retired, in January 10th of 2015, and then went for all 3 weeks in the summer. Back then it was only 3 weeks. Now they're on to 6 weeks, 3 in June, which they just completed, and 3 more in July. Jake Merrick, Trey Simmons, Blake Carter, 2, 3, and 4 to face Blake Althusius. And it's time for some Country Financial Insurance runs here in the top of the 9th. First pitch misses high and away. Want to thank Zach Williams for being our new sponsor here on the Full Count broadcast. Former play-by-play broadcaster, and he's the voice on many of these commercials. He and his wife Maggie, as Merrick takes a breaking pitch in for a called strike. Rhythm scored the go-ahead run on an RBI double by Elijah Stockton in the top of the 8th. Merrick started to go after the pitch outside, but stopped, but it's called a strike anyway. And now he's down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 for 4 in this game. He'd love to keep that 400 batting average going. He's not going to, as he got tied up there, and he's down on strikes. Second strikeout by Althusius. First out in the 9th. Trey Simmons, he's got a couple of hits. Dude, that double in the 7th. Stole third, but was stranded. Backs away from an inside fastball. Now over 3 hours and 10 minutes in this ball game. There's probably been some of you have been along for the ride the entire time. Paula Sims probably been in. What do you do in the middle of the ball game? You don't just sit and watch the game the whole time. Are you reconciling your checkbook? Are you clipping coupons? Do you have 2 devices going? Or are you watching a major league game at the same time you're watching the OVL? Got the volume turned down? If you do, then you're not going to respond to this question. Tapper foul off of apparently Simmons' leg again. He goes to A.J. Armstrong, but plate umpire must have trusted Simmons. As he raises his hand, it says it's a foul ball. It was not evident. Trace did not go hobbling away, but that's the second time that he's fouled one off of his foot. Paula Sims says, yep, she's been here the whole time. I hope you got to eat. I hope you got up and walked around, maybe did some jumping jacks, squats. 2-2 is high. My wife will do some twists and turns at home. She never sits down and watches a 3-hour ball game, though. The only time she does that is at Drakes Creek, number 3. Swing and a miss on a full count first pitch there, and Althusius is full. Jake Merrick and Trace Simmons here in the top of the 9th. Be up to Blake Carter to see if the Rhythm can add some Country Financial insurance runs, brought to you by Zach Williams Insurance Agency in Hendersonville. Reach Zach at 615-758-7127. He's very active on Facebook as well. Zach, short for Zachariah Williams. Carter's walked twice. Single drove in a run. He's 1 for 3. Was caught stealing. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Wanted to make sure that I got the homes of his grandparents correct. Apparently Tri-Cities was not correct. I just made it up. Grandpa and Marie, they're in Johnson City. Nana and Peepaw Mitch in Elizabethton, Tennessee. And the 2-1 slips in on the outside corner for a called strike. Granddaddy and Grandmama are in Knoxville right now. Sometimes they hang out at Kingsport, Tennessee. They are wearing out that eastern Tennessee, though. 2-2 pitch fouled back to the chain link fence. It's not cloth netting here. It's cloth netting at Henderson, Kentucky, and Park Field, but not here. Broken bat pop out to second base. Caleb Warren will handle that one for out number 3. And we'll go to the 9th. The Rhythm hanging on to an 8-7 lead. We'll see if they can hold on for their 18th victory of the year. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Did anybody see me on that commercial? Probably don't know what I look like, but I'm on the Full Count Fall League commercial there, the Full Count Ministries commercial. That's my team. Hunter McLaren is on the mound, and then they flash after that to the coaches and some players that are hanging out on the fence in the dugout. That's me with the glasses on, the hat. Got a scorebook probably in front. That is Team Reese. My son now, Wilson Reese, is the head honcho for Team Reese. I'm just a lowly assistant now. We'll be back at it in next month in August, late August, September, as we move to the bottom of the ninth. A.J. Armstrong to lead off for the Rotors, down by 1. Garrett Sims out to try to nail this one down. Breaking pitch misses outside. Armstrong 0 for 2, has scored twice, walked once, his league leading 27th walk of the year. Checks his swing on a breaking pitch. They want to check down to first base, and Eric Ward says no, he did not go. Sims now down 2-0. On deck, the top of the order, Dylan Cool. And now it's 3-0. Sims struck out the 3 batters that he faced in the 8th, but he's now gone 3-0 to the OVL walk leader. And there is no chance A.J. Armstrong is swinging at this pitch. I don't think if it's held up there on a tee, he's going to swing at it. And it's ball 4. And the tying run is on, and the winning run comes to the plate. Cool has a chance to walk it off for the Rotors. The Rhythm have lost 1 game by walk-off. A.J. Armstrong's going to be lifted for a pinch runner. Owen Sullivan is the pinch runner at first base. No chance they're going to ask Dylan Cool to lay down a bunt here either. Cool 0 for 4, couple ground outs to the second baseman and a couple of strikeouts. Garrett Sims would love to have a ground ball to a middle infielder right here. Left-handed pitcher to a left-handed batter, and that slurve in there for a called strike after a 4-pitch walk to A.J. Armstrong. Paula Sims gets up during pitching changes and walks around. That a girl. Keep the blood flowing. 0-1. Down in the dirt, blocked by Simmons. You want to keep that runner at first base. Love to be able to get a do-dat double play here. The doctor is on the phone. About 100 people maybe here, 75 rooting for the Rotors. Don't think anybody for a count. There's ground ball off the glove of Sims, and that's going to be an infield single. If he lets that go, there's a chance of a 6-4-3 double play. But Garrett Sims tried to field that ground ball. It was a little bit slowly hit, but now runners at first and second, and Austin Phillips as Jimmy Gamboa will come out for a confab to talk to the battery and the infielders. 8th hit of the game on my score sheet for the Rotors. Let's see if wonder if they ever went back and changed that one for AJ Armstrong. They did not. He said he was going to. He said, but he didn't. Not yet. I assume he's not going to. If he hasn't yet, I don't think he's going to. Let's see if they still show as earned runs. They do. Dawson Sweeney's show is 4 earned runs. That's incorrect. There's no chance that's an infield single by A.J. Armstrong in that 5th inning. But that right there off the tip of the glove by Garrett Sims on its way right to Cade Moore. Guess he thought he was going to be able to field that and then throw to second to start the double play. But he's a tall fella out there, but that one hopped just off the tip of his glove. As we've had another offensive timeout called. And our home plate umpire, Mason Davidson, has duly noted that. J.D. Willis, the head coach. Jake Vitale, the assistant coach. See if Austin Phillips being asked to lay down a bunt. He's squaring around, and runner from second takes off, and the ball gets by Simmons. Stolen bases. Nobody was covering third. And ball 1 should be stolen bases by Cool and Sullivan. Not looking real good right now for the Rhythm. Garrett Sims gotten in a jam right here, and Phillips takes a strike. I guess he could lay down. We've had one suicide squeeze against us. I believe that was Madisonville that did that. Nobody out. You probably give Phillips a chance as he takes a slider on the outside corner. Phillips 1 for 4, singled in the 5th. Well, a couple of pop outs to the right side, both handled by John Paul Head. He gets one off the monster here. This game should be over. And he just got a piece of that one. Swings, fouls it back. Fulton had a 6-0 lead after 3. Gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 of those were not earned. There was an error in the middle of that, not shown on Game Changer on the box score. 1-2 pitch, low and away. Very short backstop here, so it'd be pretty aggressive if Owen Sullivan decided to take off on a ball that gets by Trey Simmons, especially if he goes straight back. Oh, they called those wild pitches, not stolen bases. They were running. Tapper right in front of between home and third, and it just rolls foul. Said advanced to third on a wild pitch. Dylan Cool advanced to second on the same pitch. They actually were stealing on the play, so he took stolen bases away from Owen Sullivan and Dylan Cool. If they're stealing, you don't preempt the steal just because the ball got away from the catcher. You can't assume that the catcher was going to throw those guys out. He definitely was not going to throw the runner out at third because Jake Merritt wasn't even covering the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, and that ball's hit well to left field, and that's going to end the ball game. If it's fair, it is not. It is foul. Wow. That was well struck, and it just went foul. Charlie Bozeman helping out third base umpire Terry McMillan. I didn't think there was a chance that was going to hook foul, but it does. And the Rhythm live for another pitch. The outfield, Parker Staborski is not playing in. If a single gets out to him, there's no chance he's going to throw out Dylan Cool at second base. You'd normally play your outfield at a position that if a single happens, you can get to it and just outside. It's been called out there ball all game long, so Fulton would have rioted there if they would have been rung up right there. There is a base open, so it's not all over if Phillips walks, and it does set up a force at home if he does. But Chris Henson on deck. Full count pitch. Swung on and popped up into left field. Bozeman in foul territory. And they're going to send the runner. He looked like he might have left early. The throw. It hits the runner, and he scores. A sacrifice fly. I think he left early. Let's see if they go and step on third base. Garrett Sims is going to go over right now. And he'll toss to Jake Merrick. They're going to step on third. Nobody made a call. I don't see anybody making a call. Third base umpire, he doesn't make a call. I didn't see anybody raise their hand, safe or out. Maybe they've called timeout. But fielding, both umpires in the field are pointing toward home plate. So for now, we're going to put the tying run up on the board. One out. Garrett Sims comes to the stretch, steps off, and now he's going to throw over to third. And the umpire doesn't know what's going on. They're appealing the runner at third. I'm guessing the home plate umpire doesn't have any idea as to what's happening. So Eric Ward is going to come in and explain to the home plate umpire, hey, what's happening is they're appealing the play at third base. The question is, which umpire was the one who was supposed to be watching? And I'm guessing if Mason Davidson didn't know that they were even appealing, maybe he didn't have a clue about the runner leaving early as to whether or not he did. We'll get the count off. That was confusing. Now the winning run is at third base with one out. I'm thinking you just go ahead and put Henson and Lott on and take your chances on maybe a double play. So a sacrifice fly by Austin Phillips in foul territory is out number one. Obviously, the infield is in. We're swinging a foul ball. So they do have a sac fly, and the throw by Bozeman appeared to be right on time. The problem was it bounced and then hit Owen Sullivan right on the backside. There's a called strike on the outside corner. And Garrett Sims needs a strikeout for full count to experience their very first sudden death extra half inning. And I'm not sure if J.D. Willis picked defense or offense. Well, we got two outs to get to before that is an issue. Rhythm trying to avoid a two-game losing streak. 8-8 is the score. Slider misses outside. The Full Count Ministries full count. Devin McCarron listening in, and this has been exciting. We're coming up on 3.5 hours in this ball game. We're going to find a Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game. Looks like it might end up being John Paul Head with 3 hits. Not driving a run in ball 4. Puts Henson on, which again is not the worst news. Second walk of the inning. First walk to A.J. Armstrong's the one that came in to score the tying run. 1 hit in the inning. That's a Dylan Cool single off the glove of Garrett Sims. That could have been a double. Jacob Lott stands in. He's 3 for 4. has not driven in a run, but he has a chance to walk this one off for the Rotors. Lefty on lefty matchup, and he squares the bunt. They've got the suicide squeeze. The runner at third is tug out as Dylan Cool slams right into Jake Merrick. I'm assuming trying to knock the ball out of Merrick's glove, but the failed suicide squeeze results in out number 2. And the pitch is a strike, I believe, to the batter. And on the play, Henson moves down to second. So a caught stealing of Cool. 2-5 for out number 2. And an 0-1. This is down low. I don't know that I wouldn't walk Lott and take my chances with Trevor Sauceman, who's on deck. Lott 3 for 4 in this game, and he has been on every pitch. He's lined that one, and it's going to get over the head. John Paul Head gloves, and the throw right on time, and John Paul Head is taking us to the 10th. What a throw to get Chris Henson at the plate. For the third out, Jacob Lott gets a base hit. And he is 4 for 5, but Henson is out 9-2 at home for the final out, and we'll go to the 10th. We'll keep it right here to see who's going on offense. It looks like the Rhythm picking up the sticks. They'll get a runner at, not sure if he goes to first or second, so this will be our first extra inning ball game, and Jackson Cothran has pulled out a bat as he is loosening up. Looks like he will bat for, is he going to bat for Charlie Bozeman here leading off, or Josh Carmen over to chat with Davidson? Wow. What a half inning that was. Fulton, nope. It looks like Fulton Railroaders are putting a runner on base. Josh Carmen must have gotten some bad information. Jackson Cothran had the offense getting ready. I don't know if they thought that we were just having a regular 10-inning ball game, but Garrett Sims asking right now, is he going to be going out for the 10th inning? And it looks like he is not going to come out. But Austin Phillips, I don't know why, I guess as the last batted out, Austin Phillips is at first base. The last out was recorded by Chris Henson, who walked. He was not the last batted out. Now, Mason Davidson, the home plate umpire, over talking to J.D. Willis. I don't know what the confusion is. Here's what has to happen at the beginning of the game, before the game even starts. At the umpire meeting, the home team coach designates whether or not they want to go on offense or they want to go on defense before the game even starts. So that should have already been established. And I don't know what the confusion is here. Josh Carmen is now, maybe he's trying to figure out why Austin Phillips is on at first base. He is the last batted out, if in fact that's the rule. Austin Phillips, quick runner, so Fulton would want him on at first base. Yes, Mr. Guest 1234. We do have the umps' names. I've offered them up many times since you asked the question after I got the names, and the inquiring minds want to know who you are and why you want to know who they are. But Garrett Sims is back out on the mound. I thought that Josh Carmen was telling Garrett that he was not coming out. Maybe he was saying, hey, we're going to be on offense. Jackson Cothran had his helmet on and bat going, but full count is back out. And here is the deal. If they can keep a run from scoring by Fulton, they will win 9-8. Fulton will have a runner at first base. Now the question is are there any outs? Mr. Guest 1234, if you want to remain anonymous somewhat, you can send an email to me at treesesports@gmail.com, and I'll send you the name of the umpires if it appears as though you have a reason to know. TREECE sports@gmail.com. Austin Phillips is on at first base. I'm assuming no outs, and Trevor Sauceman, the DH, begins here in the first. So we'll only play 1/2 inning, and it's actually going to be the bottom. And there's a line drive out to center field. Parker Staborski makes the catch for the first out as Sauceman swings at the first pitch delivered by Garrett Bruce. International base runner I'm putting as Caleb Warren steps to the base. So the potential winning run is Austin Phillips at first base. Now 1 out. Our first extra inning game of the year comes in game number 24. He squares around a bunt, takes a called strike on the outside corner. This is the first year that Ohio Valley League has gone to this extra inning game. I believe the Major League Baseball Draft League and another league has this same extra inning rules. Josh Carmen picked it up from Kenny Thomas, his uncle and former Full Count Ministries or Full Count Rhythm head coach in year number 1. 1-1 pitch fouled off and down to 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pam Roach still listening in. He is rooting for the Rhythm hard. That's Devin McCarron watching and listening on Facebook. That's how you say that. And a 1-2. Oh, I missed somewhere, maybe up. I'll tell you, in any other game we've played this year, that is strike 3. Warren had a big 2-run home run in the 5th. He's got a chance to walk it off for the Rotors. Runner from first takes off. Pitch is out, and the throw gets over the head. Phillips in standing at second base. Now he's in scoring position. The Full Count Ministries full count. Austin Phillips with a stolen bag. On my score sheet, that's 4. It's different on Game Changer. I'm not worrying about stolen bases. Not worrying about batting averages for the other team. Keeping up with ours. Full Count Ministries full count to Caleb Warren. Garrett Sims vying to be the Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game. Full count first pitch. AAA autoglass foul ball off to the right side. He'll do it again. Thanks to Chick-fil-A Rivergate for being the title sponsor for Full Count Rhythm this year. So the first extra inning game, it'll only be a half inning. We won't have to worry about going late and late. We're already coming up as popped up on the right side. This could be playable and will be for Blake Carter, who makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Rhythm are 1 out away from winning this ball game. Caleb Warren pops out in foul territory. And a pinch hitter for Shane Carnes, who has struck out all 4 times he comes to the plate, and it is Jaden Perez, a redshirt freshman from Miami, Florida. He's got an opportunity as he pinch hit here in the bottom of the 10th inning. 2 out. Winning run at second base, and he takes a pitch. It looked pretty good right there. Sims wondering where that one was. Perez, the son of Roger and Jessica Perez. They're both down in Miami. Big brother to Jenna and Jesse. Hello to Nanny in Miami, Florida, and Abuelo y Abuela, all in Miami. Takes ball 2. Lefty on lefty. It's kind of amazing that they would send a left-handed batter to face a left-handed hitter. Apparently they don't have anybody else because I would think they'd go righty on righty. Swing and a miss, and the ball pops out of Simmons, and down to third goes Austin Phillips. Moved down there on the pass ball. Jaden Perez playing now in his 20th game of the year. It is the 24th or 25th game for Fulton, and now he has a runner at third base, so an infield single or an error would win the ball game for the Rotors. Slider slung in there on the inside corner, and it hits the spot, and it's 2-2. Perez has 15 hits. 14 of those are singles, 1 double, 6 RBIs, hitting .250. Looking at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Garrett Sims trying to become the Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game. He does it! A Safeware strikeout. Wins the ball game for the Rhythm as he strands the runner, picks up his first strikeout of the ball game, and this ball game belongs to the Rhythm. They win 9-8 and move to 18-6 on the season, and 1-0 in extra inning games. The Rotors fall to 13-12. So Garrett Sims gets the victory and is our Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game. We'll have to get a 10th run or a 9th run up there. It's unusual. I don't know how the game changer does it, but we're going to make it final on our score sheet. It says in 10 innings, the Rhythm get the 9-8 victory. And we'll go home on the Anchor Transportation bus happy. The 9th run is an unearned run, but it's a run nonetheless. And the Rhythm increase their lead in the Ohio Valley League, 18-6. So for John Smithson, the Director of Ministry, Josh Carmen, the General Manager and Head Coach of Full Count Rhythm, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for sticking around on this lengthy ball game. It takes 3 hours and 45 minutes or so to conclude. We're heading back to Hendersonville to the Framework Athletics parking lot. We'll be back home tomorrow night against the Henderson Flash. Hopefully you can join us at the park or join us right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We'll see you tomorrow night. God bless you.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.